Welcome to One Mic Media, and we are here today to discuss Week 13 of the NFL season, my favorite week so far this year. And I'm happy to be back to discuss this with my crew. All the scores, all the highlights, all of our thoughts and opinions, and of course our honest football analysis, which we always got to bring. First and foremost, got to bring on my crew so we can bring this out. Got to always start with my man, the newest member. Got to start from back to front. My man, Daryl. What's good, Daryl?
What up, Mike? What's good with you, bro?
You ready to go this week? Ready to rock and roll?
Hell yeah, you already ready. There's a lot to talk about. It was a big week. I mean, I know you ready to go. I saw the notes. You had a couple words in red. I ain't never seen that before. I already know what type of time you want. So
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the print in the front. I don't know, but anyway, let me bring in the guy. He was out last week. I don't know what side he on this week, but we're gonna hear what he got to say this week. Remember, my guy Toby. What's good, Toby?
Yo, what's good? I mean, I'm always Steelers Nation. I'm just a realist, but I'm gonna bring the facts tonight. So that's all I'm
You
gonna
know, I got to say to Toby about some Eagle stuff. I remember he said Brock Purdy wasn't top 10. We all got to say to
Come
Toby,
on,
man.
let's stop. Let's stop.
Hold on.
Let's stop. That guy is still barely in it, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we're really effective. No, we're talking today. But now we're going to bring in my man. He's a little happy like me, man. Made a right pick, and the pick was right. And he bringing some facts and figures. My man, Mr. Google himself. My man, Jeff, what's good?
Go, green light gang. Let's go.
And the last but not least, he might be a little emotional this week, guys. Might be a little down. Bear with him when you're watching this show. But I'm sure you're going to still have a lot of stuff to say. My guy, Jordan. What's good, Jordan?
Well, what's good? I just wanted y'all to see what I had on the screen first before I showed my face. That was all. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of week. You know what I'm saying? It's Dallas week. I already had Cowboys pack. I'm rolling up Cowboys pack right now. But, all good. Other than that, it's a good day. Let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it, man. Appreciate you guys being on the show once again, man. And let's start, man, with the
Good
uh,
good Cowboys pack, Jeff.
Oh, it is.
jinxing it already. But let's start, man, with the NFL game of the week, which was the 49ers versus the Eagles in a rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. And what happened was the 49ers went in there, and as Daryl said in red, disgracefully embarrassed the Eagles on their home floor. Um, and on their home field, I should say. And a lot of that happened. I'll say what I got to say last. But I want to start with Daryl, man. My question was, were the Eagles exposed, their flaws exposed? And also, what are your thoughts on the entire game?
so exposed. I don't think that's the right phrase. I mean, on this show, we've definitely been talking about their issues over the past. So I feel like the best phrase is they took advantage of their weaknesses. I feel like my biggest takeaway was just how easy the Niners were able to do what they wanted and how easy they stopped the Eagles from doing what they wanted. Like in the beginning, I mean, it started out kind of. I mean, the Eagles they was moving the ball, but my biggest thing, they settled for field goals early on. And in a game like that, it's a way different going from down up 14-0 to just up 6-0. I feel like that was their biggest mistake because that gave a chance the Niners to settle in. Once the second quarter started, they just took off offensively with the Niners. Um, when you have over four, over actually no, over five receivers get over 40 yards, that's not good. I mean, especially one guy get over 100 yards on 10 catches. You usually think that's like gold balls or something like that. But going back to that last Debo touchdown, that was a simple screen, and he cut back in and just went untouched for a touchdown. Like that secondary, I mean, that was their biggest challenge so far, and fortunately, that was their biggest loss. I mean, as far as they got embarrassed. I mean, it's not even tackling. I mean, they did. I mean, typical Howie Roseman. I mean, after a big loss, do a free agent signing on Monday. I don't see how Shaq Leonard is gonna do much. I mean, I do went into this game thinking it's gonna be part one. I do think they're gonna meet up again in the playoffs, but I don't see how different it's gonna go because free agency is over. I mean, so I don't see how they're gonna get better secondary wise. To me, just going back to the Eagles, I feel like hitting on those Georgia draft picks, that kind of and getting all those sacks last year, and letting CJ DJ go. I feel like they kind of disregarded the secondary the past couple of years, and now we're really, I mean, throughout the season and really this past week, we're really starting to see the effects of it. Um, but again, I feel like the Niners, they separated themselves from the rest of the league, in my opinion. After this week, I feel like truly, like 100%, they unbeatable, in my opinion. I don't see how a team. I mean, I feel like the best chance a team has is a shootout. But again, I said it last week. He only gave up 20 points once so far this year, and that's still the same. But I put them above everyone else in the league. The Eagles, I still put. I mean, we'll get into the spot regulator, but I'll stop. I'll let y'all have at it.
All right. We appreciate the good analysis, and I agree with you on this. The secondary not being what it used to be, stuff like that. But we'll get into that. Toby, man, gotta hear your thoughts, man. Because last week you was Mr. Eagle last week, so gotta hear your thoughts, man.
It's real crazy. Like, you just can't speak. Real sports. You always gotta be 100% biased. You only gotta focus on the negative. Let's start on what is the truth. Okay, the Eagles were 10-1 going into that game. They were the number one team in the NFC. I always say this: I don't like the Eagles. People don't like the way they played, but guess what? They got results. You need to win football games. Everybody is now, loving on the 49ers. If you remember, they lost 3 games in a row this season. Okay, they are beatable. Okay, they have 3 losses: Browns, Vikings, and Bengals. That's 3 L's right there. Right now, they're peaking, and you guys always in fantasy, y'all used to always talk about, oh, you're shooting your load too early. That's what they're just playing good football right now. Anything can happen. The season's not over yet. Anything can happen from now until when they get to the NFC Championship game, or before the playoffs even start. So the 49ers are a good team, though, and they might be the best team right now because they just beat the former best team, which was the Eagles. They're still on the same level, still to this day. The Eagles, their flaws, we already knew their flaws, though. We knew their secondary could get ripped apart. And guess what? They were getting ripped apart, but they were still winning games. They're not a perfect team. And I think they, we'll see what they do against Dallas because, everybody's picking Dallas to win at home. But, I'm not big on Dallas. I always feel like the big games, they crumble. So we'll see what the Eagles do. And, we'll see if they can bounce back. But the 49ers, they're peaking. And if you realize almost every year around this time, they peak. They always go on these run again that people be like, 49ers win, then something happened. Mike saying he's top 10. He got hurt last year. This year, he had a good game. He's had this stretch. He's still not an elite quarterback to me. Top 10, I got to look at the list. Maybe he squeaks in this week because he's been playing good.
Purdy?
But, yeah, you're a guy.
Oh, wow.
Purdy.
Okay.
Maybe he squeaks in. I don't know, but I still don't look at him as a top 10 guy. Okay. I know I probably could think of top 10 other guys I would rather. And like I said, the 49ers are a good team. Like, look at Debo. Look what he was doing with the ball in his hand. Like, come on. You got another decent quarterback. Give it to freaking McCaffrey. Throwing it to Debo. Throwing it to Ayuk. Throwing it to Kittle. Come on. They have a good system. Many other quarterbacks have succeeded in this system. But anyways, they're a good overall team. Shout out to the 49ers. They did their thing.
I'll reply about that later on. Jeff, your thoughts, man.
A lot of times some of my castmates, some of my panel mates always say it's not always the numbers, it's the eye test. Well, it looked like the 49ers just punched the Eagles in the eye this past weekend, right? And the way it looked right now, the team that was the best team in the NFC, because we had to go by record at times, don't look like that no more. And I'm going to tell you the 49ers, we knew the Eagles' flaws on the defense, but we never saw nobody stop the Eagles offensively. And that was the difference. Because not only after the Eagles only got 2 field goals the first 2 drives, they needed to punch those in for touchdowns. Or else we talking a 14-0 lead versus a 6-0 lead. And I was concerned about 49ers going from west to east and playing in the different conditions, because they probably used to a clean, field, whatever, because they from Cali and the weather always good. I was expecting it to maybe be a slugger, between the 2 teams. But the way the 49ers really just manhandled the Eagles once they got their rhythm going, 6 consecutive drives that ended in a touchdown, that's far fetched, man. That's not something that every team do every single week in and week out. And to compound that as well, they made Jalen Hurts uncomfortable. And for one, the Eagles already have a problem because they don't commit to the running game. They don't create that balance on their offense. So then when you put it all on Jalen Hurts and you got a defense full of studs, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, top picking Chase Young, Armstead. On the back end, you got cornerbacks. When you got a physical mentality team like that and you're going to make him go on the run because they won't balance the team out and commit, that's a problem. Listen, the Eagles actually are fantastic on third down. They average about 47% of their third downs they convert. They're doing about 78 completions, and they convert about 78 and about 150 attempts. So they're doing really well, right? This is my thing. The 49ers regularly put them in long third downs. And the Eagles just couldn't commit. Now, look, it could be one bad game. I'll give it to you. Yeah, it could be one bad game. But we are talking about a team who's been every game's a nail biter. Nothing is ever like a smackdown, a blowout, and I followed up on some research when we had our production meetings, aka the chat, and on what Mike was saying. This point differential for Super Bowl winning teams is never this little. Never. Teams that win the Super Bowl and get to the Super Bowl do not have point differentials this small. We're looking at Jalen Hurts. It's a different person from last year. And again, the Eagles might have been playing bad D all year, but they were scoring. No team really shut them down. And, the first field goal, I'm going to be honest, the first drive, when I saw them go down to get a field goal, I was nervous. Because normally the Eagles convert in the red zone at a really high clip because they multifaceted. You got Jalen Hurts, you got star receivers, you got good play scheme. But when you can't get a touchdown, and they basically spotted them, I think that was the 3-point spread and the extra 3 that you get spotted for being at home. Y'all spotted them 6 points. Like, y'all evened it up. The Eagles evened it up, excuse me. So I think this is a bad turn for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. I think this week they're going to lose to the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to go on their first 2-game slide. They got the fifth. They got like a 28th strength of schedule remaining. They got like 2 good teams. They played the Seahawks they calling that a good team, but their sucky teams are like really bad, And honestly, that doesn't bode well for them because I think they need to face more competition to get revved up for the NFC playoffs because you're going to be facing some of the top tier teams. If the Eagles lose on Sunday, which I expect them to do, they're going to go from 1st seed to 5th. I mean, you on the road the first game out the gate. Ain't no luxury of coming to Philly and getting the cheesesteak and we can beat y'all down. So this game that we just saw, really, like I've been saying all season, proved the 49ers are the better team. They have so much balance on offense. Their defense is super stud. And when Kyle Shanahan get it going, he probably the best play caller in football right now, man. So, like I said, it was just a beatdown. And, the Eagles, the flaws we already knew, but now they exposed the offensive flaw, like how you stop them from scoring because the Eagles been scoring. So it's to be continued. And I look forward to, like I said, I think Dallas got them this week. I'm going to call that ahead of time. I'm sorry.
All right, Jeff, for the early pick-em preview, picking Dallas this week. So we'll take that. Jordan, you ready to go? Or you need some time?
Come on, champ.
Or tissues, or what's going on?
You muted, bro.
Hit the mute.
No, you muted. You muted.
Yeah, I'm good. You can hear me?
Yeah, we good now.
So the first thing I wanted to say is that this is the first ass whooping the Eagles took in 2 years. This is the 5th loss that the Eagles have taken in 2 years. So for you guys, that means a lot. But for me, I'm not really too concerned. So for one, I'm going to say that in the first quarter and then the second quarter, going into like 8-7 minutes, the defense had been on the field the whole game. The offense couldn't score. They had 2 field goals on 2 scoring drives. That was a problem. The Eagles were on the field defensively. 49ers caught rhythm in the second quarter with play calling and scored 2 tuds. Eagles fucked up. They come out and they go and they score another tud, and the Eagles can't recover. This was actually the first game that you saw the Eagles lost where one side of the ball didn't bail one each other out because either side of the ball didn't even play well. They only played well until the second quarter, at least on defense. Now, you want to talk about every touchdown outside of the Ayuk touchdown was a missed tackle, a broken tackle. Ole, 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 ole. If they just tackle, it could be a different fucking game. That's what I'm really pissed off about. Because in the first first quarter and second quarter, we had Brock Purdy rattled in the first quarter and going in a little bit to the second quarter. We were stopping that shit. But the Eagles could not score for whatever reason. They totally abandoned the run. The team is not the same as this year. The defense is not the same as this year. We all understand that. The 49ers are the more talented team. They brought the same team back from last year. The Eagles didn't. So the 49ers all around are like we were last year, to where they really don't have too many holes. The only question that people keep saying is, Brock Purdy, can you get it done? Sometimes he's answered the call. Sometimes he didn't. This is one of those games he answered the call. People keep saying the Eagles had 3 games in 13 days. Nah, fuck that. They just got outplayed. That's cool. That's okay. They 10-2, still number one in the division. I mean, still number one in the conference. They can still get home field advantage. They're not losing to Dallas on Sunday after that bullshit. They're not losing to Dallas. And then on top of that, what do San Francisco do well? Middle of the field, catch and run. Our middle of the field has been horrible all season. Nicholas Morrow got picked on all game. All game. In the middle of the field, tight end, receiver, running back, whatever. So I expected it to somewhat be a shootout. I didn't expect it to be a 2017 game. I thought this was going to be another game in the 30s. But the Eagles have had an overtime game against the Bills, had to come back against the Chiefs, and had a close one against the Cowboys. So it was about that time. Would I have wanted them to make it closer? Would I feel okay if they had a closer game? Okay, maybe. But I'm not really that concerned because the flaws that they had, we already understood that. The 49ers took advantage of that. This is the first game in 2 years where either side of the ball didn't bail one each other out. And that's just the truth.
So how you
So
not?
you can call you.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. What you gonna do?
You said they flaws. So I mean, if they couldn't score, that's a new flaw.
This is the
How
first
did
time
not
you've seen
get
this in 2
not
years. This is the first time you've seen this in 2 years. So is it an anomaly or is it a flaw? Because nobody was saying that, and then everybody was sitting here saying in the last 11 games how incredible Jalen Hurts has been because in comebacks he's been leading them to wins because he's been bailing the defense out. Last year it was times where the defense bailed him out. It was times where he bailed the defense out. This is the first game in 2 years where none of that happened. Where neither side of the ball was able to help each other out. They both didn't play well. I'm not too
been like that
concerned.
all season.
And the offense was able to bail them out. But again, you can't get behind against San Francisco. Everybody understands that. Everybody knows that. So I'm not really that concerned. If we see them again, they're not blowing us out. And they're probably going to have to come back to the link because we're getting home field. So I'm not concerned even. I'm not even concerned about keeping the number one seed because we're keeping the number one seed. You forgot we was 14-3 last year. We only lost 3 games last year and had the number one seed. So I'm really, really not that concerned too much as people are really making it out to be. Anybody can get beat. Any given Sunday, anybody can get that ass kicked. And that's what happened. They got their asses kicked.
If y'all
and that's
lose,
the first ass kicking in 2 years.
if y'all lose Sunday, then what?
I don't even have to live in that world. You're gonna have to come in here next week and say, damn, okay, that championship pedigree right here. Okay, last week was a beatdown. That shit happens. We've seen this shit happen. So I'm not really too concerned. Like, we've seen teams that shit like this has happened too. So I'm not really that concerned. You might say I'm a homer. That's fine. But I'm telling you the facts, bro. These are facts. I didn't say we weren't flawed. I didn't sit here and say we're still the best team in the league. I gave you facts. I'm still not really too worried about the Eagles, bro. I'm really not. They abandoned the run. If they go and they abandon the run, if they don't run the ball 25 times on Sunday, now I'm gonna have a problem. Now I'm gonna be coming here like fuck them. Now, you know what I'm saying? So if they don't run the ball 25, 30 plus times against Dallas, hell no. We got an issue. Jeff was talking about Mike trying to get the brother fired. Yeah, get him the fuck out of here.
Who?
If
You
he
trying
don't
to
run
do
the
what?
The DC.
No. OC.
Yeah.
Get him the hell.
I mean,
out of
OC.
here.
Yeah,
If they
yeah.
don't run it 30 times.
Well, I
If they
said
don't run
OC,
it-
the DC, really,
Yeah,
but to
and
me,
so well, whatever. If they don't run it 30 times, I'm gonna run him out 30 times.
so all right, you done?
Yeah,
I'm
he
done.
is. Go ahead.
All right. He's like, yeah, he is. Let me start with the game, as far as the game, and then I'll answer my question about the Eagles after that. So about the game, I agree with Jordan about running the football. I don't know how their running backs had like 9 runs or something like that. Even when they were even on the first, second drive, they didn't run the football enough. So I don't know like what the game plan be, and it's not consistent enough every week for me as far as like that running the football. I agree with that. Actually, it hurt me. I had DeAndre Swift for over 40 yards on like 3 tickets, so it hurt my soul to not to get 40 yards. Cost me a lot of money, but nevertheless, whatever. So I do agree that was definitely an issue. I said in the chat, I see them getting them field goals and not touchdowns gonna come back to hurt them, stuff like that. Cause I felt like you got to get 7 at some point. So I felt like that was bad. Also, let's not forget, they did this also without Hufanga too. So Niners are like really deep. You know what I mean as well. So X's and O's wise about the game, I'm more with Daryl. I don't care, and Shannon Sharp and Dan Orlowski. I don't care when they play. The Eagles can't beat them. I'm sorry to say. They can beat other teams. It might be the Cowboys. They can't beat them. The personnel don't line up, and the Niners can actually like stop them on defense. And one of the issues is because, like you said, the middle of the field is wide open most of the time. When they want a yard, they line up McCaffrey behind Trent Williams and they get the yard. Like it's gonna happen every single time. And on top of that, their third receiver Jennings is better than their third cornerback, who was killing the Eagles or something like that. And then Kyle, I said in the chat, I said Kyle is cooking. That's the thing, man. Kyle make adjustments in game, out game, and he create these matchups like that one play when he,
it's incredible
when he had what his name the tight end Kittle wide open for like how
the design is incredible. It's because they have the talent and they can I mean.
But that could have been any tight end. The design is incredible because he was wide open. You know what I mean? Yeah, Kittle ran it for 25 yards. Yes, but I'm saying either way, he was wide the fuck open. Like it's crazy. Like the whole side of the field was not there. Like you know what I mean? So I feel like that. I feel like the DC, who already had problems all year long, gonna have problems against Kyle every single time. And that's what I feel
he came from Seattle. He's been playing them pretty, recently, the past like 2-3 years. So I don't know necessarily why. But I just want to say one thing to what you said.
And then I'm gonna follow you up with one more thing.
Okay. You said that this personnel, they cannot beat us. Or we can't beat them. Mm-hmm. The 49ers didn't lose anything from the team that they had from last year to this year.
You showed y'all what they would have really did.
No. Hold on. They didn't lose anything, especially on the defensive side, right? So they went up against the same defense that they played last year, and then the San Francisco went up against the same offense that they played last year. The Eagles' defense is going up against the same offense. Going up against the same offense. The 49ers are not going up against the same defense that they played last year. So my only rebuttal to that is you can sit there and say that you don't think they can beat us off of one game, but the offense didn't play well. And that's the first time you haven't seen the offense play too well where they lost. That's an anomaly. So how can you sit there and say that they can't beat us, but yet they had one game where the offense did not show up, but you can sit there now and say, oh my God, they're unbeatable. Well, they've lost 3 games already.
They lost 3 games.
And let me explain that, Mike, because I can explain why.
Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
They lost the Cleveland game, which was the rain game, and then they lost the game with no Debo, and they lost the game with no Trent Williams.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
3 games they lost.
We lost the game without Lane Johnson. What are you saying?
He is not a pivotal part.
You're
Nah, he's
nuts
pivotal.
for
He's
saying
pivotal.
that.
Is he more
He's
important than
pivotal.
Kelsey?
What?
They're about the
Trent
same.
Williams is more important
That
than
whole
every
line.
offensive
Thank you,
lineman
Mike.
on the
Thank you,
49ers.
Mike. What? That's crazy.
Is Lane Johnson more important than Kelsey?
They're about the same, Jeff. I'm sorry to say. Yeah.
He's the best
All right.
lineman we have.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
say
Best
this.
lineman we have.
But hold on, Jay. Look. And here go now. Y'all saying the Eagles abandoned the run? They bended that. They only ran it 8. If you take away Jalen Hurts runs, they ran the ball 18 times against the Chiefs. They ran the ball like 17 times before that. And against the Bills, they didn't even reach 20 runs. They've been getting rid of the runner game. That's their flaw too. They don't run the ball. So again, Jordan, now the offense can't score. The new flaw just got exposed.
And let me answer what he said to me. He was talking to me. So it's not the same because y'all went up against their offense in the championship game without a quarterback. You know what I mean? They had Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuels lining up to play quarterback about a fourth quarter. Like
But
it's
the
not.
Eagles went up against that same defense and scored 30 because the
Not
defense
saying
played
Chase
well.
Young is new.
So don't,
Thank you.
Chase Young didn't
Like,
even make
come
any
on.
plays. Chase Young didn't even make any
His-
plays.
your
last game.
presence is
You
important
didn't hear
too, Jordan.
Chase Young's name.
Just being
in that
on the
game.
field
I forgot
draws
Chase
more
Young
attention.
played, to be honest. I didn't go to after the game and
They
see
ain't
the shit
making no
online
noise.
that he was seeing his
Shit,
family.
they
I didn't even know he
sitting there
played, to be
saying
honest.
how much protection that Jalen had blocking. Nobody got open.
But listen,
And
Word.
hold on, and
It was
nobody
the coverage.
taking
It was the
into
coverage.
consideration that also the offensive play calling can go against what the defense is calling. So I mean, basically, right? It'll play right into what they're calling. Routes can play into what the defense is calling. So if it's a shitty route and the coverage is perfect, nobody's gonna be open. He was sitting there for fucking 3-4 seconds and then trying to
The
do
Niners
shit.
have 3 sacks.
but let's not talk about last year.
At
Even
all.
when you say they lost 5 games last, let's talk about this year, right? Because you even said yourself, Jalen ain't as good as he is last year. The numbers show it. He got 9-10
I never said that.
turnovers.
I never-
You definitely said.
I never said that. I don't recall ever saying that.
Well, okay,
Can anyone else?
It's on wax.
Can
it is.
anyone else-
It's
But-
on wax.
Can anyone else? I don't.
But if you don't want to say it, okay, fine. The numbers show it. His turnovers show it. His yards are not what they were last year. His rushing yards ain't what they were last year. So he definitely not what he was last year. Okay, but he not what he was. Okay, now that was my Niners Eagles. Now so let me go to my Eagles question, right? Because I'm more with Daryl about them. Toby is still they're still right there with the Niners. They're not. Okay, so yes, I remember somebody telling me and Jeff Eagles gonna go 4-0, right? And we said they're not gonna go 4-0, guaranteed. Huh?
I said that they wasn't going to win all those games.
You did. I'm talking about Jordan, but we talking about Jordan. You did say that.
I didn't expect them to go for
What the hell?
Oh, wow.
But we're going. We're going 3-1 here, man. I knew there was a chance one of those games was going to be a L. I'd rather it had honestly been to Buffalo. You feel me? That's the only one that I would have actually truly accepted. You feel me? I really wanted to whoop their ass.
But let's go backwards though, yo.
We gonna stomp fucking Dallas on Sunday. You heard?
You won't. But let's go backwards. Dallas y'all barely beat by Dak stepping out of balance. Okay. I think the Chiefs showed you again last night. The Chiefs are a flawed team. They ain't looking so good no more, is it? Because I told y'all the Chiefs can't score. They got problems scoring.
But every team is flawed in the NFL. So either way, any team can be beat. So
Nah, Chiefs got no receivers, bro.
Okay, but I don't care because the 49ers can be beat because they've been beat this year. I don't care. I
Okay.
don't care. You're not going to tell me that
Context
they're
of
going to
those
come back to Philadelphia and
Yeah.
do that same shit.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah, that's
I'm with that. I'm telling you that too.
And this with the Eagles,
I got 100 on both y'all.
bro, with
Go ahead, Daryl. Yeah, Daryl. No, stop here, Daryl. Yeah,
20
go ahead,
seconds,
Daryl.
Daryl. 20 seconds on this topic. Let's
Nah,
go.
you good, Daryl. Go ahead.
real quick, like with the Eagles offense, yeah, this was their first bad game, but I don't think that's a coincidence. Like this Niners defense is for real. Like week 2 against the Rams, 23 points. That's the most they've given up all year. Like I don't see, against any team in the league, I don't see them matching offensively because of that defense.
I'm gonna say my last points. I got 60 seconds left. I'm saying this. First of all, that's a lie. What he just said about the Eagles offense. You just follow it up. The Eagles been out. The Eagles have been outgained in 5 straight games. Ain't like they've been like lighting it up or whatever like that.
Who
The
gives a shit
Eagles.
about how many yards you get. You
Eagles-
score. Points win games, not yards.
Okay,
Shit.
they've been down
Nothing.
at the half in 5 straight games. That's never happened
Oh
for like a
my
championship
God.
team.
And
These
then-
are all facts. I'm giving you. Like it's not
Well,
no
when we
BS.
go- when we get to the Super Bowl, what facts you gonna have for all that shit?
Eagles right now are
What
the
facts you gonna have for all that?
listen. They're the
You let me
24th
know.
ranked defense in the league. That's
Okay.
never been a Super Bowl team. 24th ranked
That's
defense
great.
overall.
That's great.
And then they
That's
bottom
great.
5 in red zone defense, third down efficiency, yards
Okay.
per game, turnover margin. How you got a team this bad in all those categories and you like, we're going to the Super Bowl? I ain't never seen nothing like that.
About the bag,
when we
man.
go
You
to
should
the
have got
bowl-
him started.
And
Right,
when,
that's what I'm saying,
and,
bro.
when we, and when we go to the bowl, you can take every stat and shove it up your ass.
Come on, man.
Up your ass. Okay?
I'll move on, Jeff. I just want to say,
Yeah.
I had to give them those stats to figures. So I'm like, yo, how? I just don't get it. Like to me with that. So, but I'll move forward. I felt
Yeah,
good.
man.
Jeff felt good. We picked them right.
You called it.
Yeah, it was a good
the
Sunday.
writing's been on the wall.
Yeah.
Wait, Jeff,
Yeah.
how many wins do the Raiders have this year? I-
Stay focused,
quick,
King.
real quick.
Stay focused, King. Stay
No, no,
focused,
no,
King.
no, I'm asking.
The topic
No,
was
no,
about
no,
the
I'm just
Eagles
trying-
and 49ers,
No,
King.
no cap. I'm honestly asking you. I need to know how many.
Yo,
I'm
we got
asking.
we got
No,
5.
Bro, I'm asking. We got 5. Okay.
But we went through a coaching change.
Mike, what's your record? What's your record?
6-4, right?
No, y'all 8-3.
6.
Nah.
Yeah, 7 and
What are y'all?
yeah, 7-5 the Browns.
Okay.
Y'all 7-5, Mike.
75.
75, yeah.
You only know
Okay.
your own team's record.
Okay. Well. Okay.
He
Well,
knows.
we're
You know the
10 and
Ravens,
2.
I think.
You might have multiple
I mean,
niggas.
we got double the wins that you got, Jeff.
Oh my God.
Ooh, man, forget
And
him.
then y'all got 7 wins, so I mean that's what 11 wins. So we about to have as many wins as y'all gonna have combined next week. So,
How can you be happy,
it doesn't
bro,
matter.
with the way your defense playing as a
Yeah,
football
that's
fan?
crazy.
Right?
Yo,
that's crazy
Bro,
to me.
You
Bro,
think that's gonna take y'all to the
because
Super Bowl?
like when you're 10 and 2 and you
Oh.
understand that the Eagles have yet to complete
5 players had 40
yet to
yards.
put together a full game.
Yo, Jennings was killing him.
And wait. Hold on, wait. It's week. Wait. It's week 13,
Yeah.
and the Eagles are 10 and 2 and haven't played 4 quarters. I'm not concerned.
But who says they will play 4 quarters, though?
Point blank.
The
they
same
haven't played
flaw
4
been the
quarters.
flaw all
It's-
season. That defense. It's
That's
been the
cool.
same
That's cool. They
flaw.
haven't.
You
that's
think they're
cool.
gonna turn it
Bro,
on
I
in
can
fucking
move,
week
bro.
16?
Yeah, no,
They
I
lost
can
to Zach.
feel this
Any
way
team
because
except the
I've
Niners,
seen
in my
my-
opinion.
I can feel this way because my team has proven they can get it done. So
Bucket,
when the
bro.
playoffs start, I'm not going to be concerned. They're going to
Hold on. Okay. All right.
And
Oh,
we're going to whoop some ass.
hold on. I got to rebuttal somebody else. You ain't off the hook. You ain't off the hook either, Toby. Let me get back to Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
So since Toby said that he might not be top 10 still, and he not sure. He's in the third. Jeff, how you feeling about Purdy right now? Is he top 10 for you right now?
Yeah, he might win the MVP, bro.
No.
I'm telling you.
Oh,
like,
Yo, this
Yo.
is getting wild.
look, he's got 5.
There's no way in hell he should win MVP.
Listen, why not?
I am sorry.
Why not? If he
Tyreek Hill should win
I'm
MVP.
hopping. I'm
before
good.
Let me
him.
explain
I'm
why.
getting
Let me
out of
explain why.
the
Let me
screen
explain
right
why.
now.
Let me explain why.
I'm
Right.
getting
Let
out
me
of the
explain why.
screen right
Let me
now.
explain
This
why.
is
Right. Like,
crazy.
let me explain. When Tua got both his receivers, when Jalen got all his receivers and running backs, when whoever other MVP has all their weapons, all at one time, he's better than every single one of them. Only time he was bad was
Oh
when
my
he was
God.
down weapons. Debo, his linemen, and it was a crazy game. But think about it. He's been the best quarterback
Yo.
with all. That's why their team is the best, because when you give him all his
Yo,
weapons,
Jeff.
he plays the best football. 23 touchdowns, 6
Jeff, that's
interceptions,
crazy.
3,000 yards already, bro. He is looking statistically like the
Jeff.
MVP, if you ask me, my man.
Jeff, you just said he was better than Jalen Hurts. Tua
When you have all the weapons in
You're
place,
pushing
he
it.
plays the best.
Jeff,
Bro,
you're
y'all just said that
you're pushing
Shanahan
it,
is a
bro.
great play caller. Bro, it's the system. You acting like the 49ers were trash
You act like
before he came into the
you act like a
picture.
player can't mess a system.
They
up.
have consistency within that organization.
You
They have
act
a
like
decent
he getting
quarterback.
300
He's
yard
doing his
games.
job. He's
gotta
never winning
throw it up.
MVP, bro.
Yo,
Let's
he's
get
over
this out.
70% accurate,
He's
bro.
never winning MVP.
Yeah, it's complete
Bro,
spin.
he's not
He's
better
over
than-
70%
bro, he's not better than
accurate,
Jalen
bro.
Hurts. He's not better than
70%
Let's
is
just cut
insane.
that out. Just cut
It's
it
week
out.
13
Cut it out,
and
bro.
he's over 70% accurate. What, like him and Dak only
That's
right now,
great.
and Dak bound to let us know who
that's
he is.
that's
I feel like you,
great.
Toby.
That's
I really
great.
feel that, Toby. Dak bound to let us know
That's
who he
incredible.
is.
Yeah,
But
yeah, we
I'm
know-
telling
we
you,
know
Brock
he's playing.
Purdy
He's
is going to
not-
win the MVP, bro.
I mean, first of all,
He's
Drake,
not doing
he's
it.
gave you all 314 and 4 tutties, so you can't really say much. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
But
no, I don't give a shit. My team's 10
He
and
gave
2.
Dallas a 3-burger too. And that's one of the top defenses in the league.
Daryl, where you at on Purdy right now,
Defense is
man?
mediocre.
I'm not too far off with Jeff. I mean, we'll get to it later with the MVP
Yeah,
rankings, but I'm
Come
not
on,
too far off
guys.
with that.
Let's be real.
That's saying, bro.
Alright, I want to rebuttal that. Let's move forward, man. Cowboys, Jordan's favorite. There you go. They did. They actually had a little tough of a test against a plus 500 team, but they won. They beat Seattle, surviving that. Dak stayed hot, played another amazing game. 21 touchdowns, 2 picks his last 6 games. So, what's your thoughts and opinions on the Thursday night game? Let me start with you, Jeff.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys was looking ahead. I think they was scheduled watching. They was waiting for this Eagles game. No matter what happened with the San Francisco game, they was waiting for the Eagles game to see if they're gonna go from 5th to 2nd or 5th to 1st. You know what I'm saying? So I think they were just watching ahead. It was a great game between both teams. I'm telling you, like the Seahawks had over 300 yards. Listen, Gino, they had over 300 yards passing. The Cowboys had 275. The Cowboys just outgained them in rushing.
Great
2-1.
teams.
Cowboys ran over 140 yards, and the other team only ran over 70 yards. That was the difference in it. I'm telling you, like the Cowboys just were schedule watching. They looking forward to this Sunday. They called them on a Thursday. It's Thursday night games be weird anyway, Mike. You know how I go. They be always like either really dumb, boring, and goofy, or super shootouts between two teams because they just played on Sunday. I think the Cowboys are still on track to probably be the second seed in the NFC in the playoffs. Because I feel like that this week they're going to take care of business. And honestly, right now the way Dak is looking, that's why he in the MVP conversation. 300, he's got like 3 touchdowns in 6 home games. Every game he's getting 3 touchdowns at home. Like he's balling at the crib, bro, and he's been home a lot recently. So that team is looking fantastic. Listen, this is all going to come down to coaching. Whether Mike McCarthy does the right thing when the playoffs come. They're not going to beat the 49ers. We know that. Unless something fluky happens, like an injury, God forbid that happens.
The quarterback get hurt, like something like that.
I still just want to see good football. I don't want to see hurt backup 4th stringers. I want to see good football.
Yeah.
And like I said, the 49ers, like I said, the Cowboys, they're on track to actually meet them because I think they're the more complete team, man. I mean, Bland has 5 interceptions for touchdowns. He's on defense, and they lost Trayvon Diggs. And they thought it was going to be a problem. They're playing better football than anyone imagined, bro. Like, listen, they balling right now. That's why I think the Thursday game with the Seahawks was, just an anomaly on the thing. They just played down to their competition because I don't think the Seahawks are as good as they should be, or as good as they are. I think that was just a hiccup on the way, and they didn't even lose, and they still hung 35. Hung 35.
41.
I mean, 41. They let them get 35, but they hung 40. A 40 burger. They get the top 2 teams gave out 40 burgers this week. Like I'm just saying, I'm let you know. So yeah, it was just a crazy game.
We beat one of them teams.
Good right now.
Okay.
All right, hold that thought, Joe. Let me get Toby and how you felt about the Thursday night game, bro.
The game, the battle of the mid.
Yeesh, the mid. Wow.
And Dallas. I mean, we'll see what they do against the Eagles. They have to win that game. There has to be a statement made.
Well,
they have to win. And the game, Jeff made a good point about the Thursday night football game. I will say that they are kind of tricky, but the Seahawks haven't really been. They're not. I wouldn't say they're a good football team this year. I mean, they're a mediocre team. Dallas played down to them, I guess, but Dallas in general, I never had them as Super Bowl favorites. I feel like if they do, or even like NFC, I'm only thinking Eagles and 49ers. I'm never thinking Cowboys are going to make a mistake. But if they can beat the Eagles, I will look past the Seahawks performance because I didn't think the Seahawks. I don't really rate the Seahawks like that. I don't think they're that great. I remember they got blown out by the Lions and they also got destroyed by the Ravens. So, I mean, we'll see what the Cowboys do. You know, I will look past this if they beat the Eagles. But if they lose to the Eagles, it would just show that they're still now on that level. You know, I don't know what's going on. Dak, though, I'll give him credit. He's been balling this season. You know, he's getting back to playing better. You know, non-turnover football, throwing touchdowns. They got that tight end. CD's going crazy. So we'll see what they could do against the Eagles. It's a big game for them. I feel like it's a must-win. You can't, get swept this year. Can't happen.
Well,
Go ahead, Jordan. You trying to debate? Go ahead, man, about the Cowboys in that game.
well, unfortunately, they will get swept this year, so that won't really come to happen. Listen, man, I thought the Seahawks came to play. Talking about, I'm so tired of this Deron Bland hype. Metcalf gave him 3 tugs, just destroyed him. Every receiver that they put on him destroyed him. Every time he gets a pick, he's jumping the route on a hitch. Give me a fucking break.
5 pick sixes, bro, in one season. That don't happen, bro. It's a record. The fuck,
man. I don't give it. It's a great man. Good player, great record. He's not fucking Deion Sanders or Jerome.
Ain't nobody said he was, bro.
No, but the way everybody, it's Darron Bland.
He still had a pick in that Seattle game. When you talking about he got cooked,
bro. He's fucking jumping a hitch route. He's athletic as shit, and he's jumping a hitch route, bro. Don't give him. He ain't fucking locking him up 30 yards down the field, taking it to the crib.
Can I ask you a question?
Doing that shit.
Can I ask you a question, Jordan?
What's up, bro?
Don't that sound similar? Don't that sound exactly what like Trayvon Diggs was sounding like? So you got to get a guy credit for being able to come in and fill them shoes. Diggs always got burnt, bro. He led the league in yards. Players had their most yards on the
last year he was strapping, so you tripping. He was strapping.
No, he got burnt.
No, not a lot of picks, but he was. The year that he got the picks, yeah, you gonna get got. But the last year he was ripping shit. He was locking niggas up. But everybody get beat, but he gave up 3 tugs. Trayvon Diggs didn't never give up 3 tugs for one nigga. So. You feel me? And over 130 yards. DK ate his ass.
Okay. Bro, he lead the league in picks in the last 2 years. Not just this year.
I don't care. Who?
Bland.
I don't care. He's not one of the best corners in the league. He's not.
So getting picks don't matter. Getting picks don't matter as a corner. That's crazy.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. All right. He's not one of the best corners in the league. Good player, not one of the best corners in the league. Whatever. Listen. All right. At the end of the day, the Cowboys are the Cowboys. They won, whatever. I don't care what the Cowboys do. We'll see them next week.
Daryl, man, talk to me about the Cowboys in that game. What you think about it, man?
My biggest takeaway was Seattle bouncing back and getting embarrassed on Thanksgiving by the Niners. I think we forget this wasn't a regular Thursday night game. Both teams played on Thanksgiving and had a full week to prepare, and I feel like that's what helped make the game as good as it was. Geno early on, he made plays, got the ball in the hands of DK. They did challenge Bland early and often, which I was surprised about. But then Geno had a pick that kind of like killed their momentum a little bit. Other than the week's rest, another thing that helped them was like there was too many pass interference calls in this game that gifted them both teams good field position. I think that helped both teams. But as far as like the Seahawks, I still got them in like the sort of wild card weekend category as far as like that's as far as they're going to go. They just don't match up to the other best top teams in the NFC. And as far as the Cowboys, for me personally to feel better about them, I needed to see a dominant win by the Cowboys because the week before the Niners dominated the same Seahawks team. A week later, Cowboys go at 35 points to that same team. Like because of that, I needed to see some dominance in order to really take them serious with other teams in the NFC. I do feel like going into this Eagles game, I feel like this is the most confident the Cowboys have been in a few years. Just based on how well they've been playing and just what happened to the Eagles. We'll get into the picks later, but I want to see where that confidence takes them. I mean, I feel like this might be the biggest, I want to say biggest game of Dak's career as far as just trajectory, so to speak. Because if he wins this game, like I said it last week, if he wins this game, he's my MVP in my opinion, just based on how he's playing, numbers he's putting up. But if he loses, it's again the same old Cowboys story. Now they would have 2 losses against the Niners and the Eagles going into the playoffs with history against losing against both of them teams. That's why I feel like this is a big game for them next week, and they need to ride his confidence to take him in there. Yeah, that's what I got for that game.
Well, they was confident coming in the Philly.
Well, we'll get to that game later on. I don't know why. Like, it's crazy to me. Like this Eagles Philly. Like Dak's 8-2 against the Eagles. Like he's not worried about the Eagles. I just don't understand. Like he beats the Eagles all the fucking time. That's what he does. Honestly, like it's crazy. I'm just saying, but the truth it is, whatever. Like he's 3-1 against Sirianni. Like I don't understand. Like Dak be losing. When they lose to the Eagles, it don't happen. Just like that. Like, but anyway, it's like people like it's like this crazy perception.
Well, you're lucky because last year he played when Jalen played, but he played. He didn't play when they played the first game last year. He was hurt. Cooper Rush started. We won.
I know.
They won the second game, but we had Gardner Minshew, and we still should have fucking won that game with Gardner Minshew. Don't sleep. They should have lost.
That's because last year.
You mean when they put a 40 on your defense? I saw that second game.
And Gardner Minshew put up fucking 30 points against them. Don't do that. Don't do that. This defense that y'all was saying, oh my God, earlier in the year, oh my God, the best defense we ever seen.
I ain't never said that.
Fuck out of here.
I never said that.
The Eagles defense was the best we said ever in the beginning of the season.
No,
I ain't talking about the Cowboys.
Dallas.
And nobody never said that,
Y'all
bro.
was saying that shit. Y'all was saying that. Stop it.
They did have Diggs though at that time. He's important.
He only
I
played
don't
2
give
games.
a Shit.
Who?
I don't give
He only
a
played
damn.
2 games.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, what?
I mean,
I don't
that was the
care.
first 2
We
games.
beat them. They got beat last year. We beat them this year. We're gonna beat them again.
But y'all don't beat Dak. Like that's what I'm saying. Like even when Carson Wentz was there, he's 8-2 in his life.
Well, Carson Wentz ain't Jalen Hurts,
Oh boy.
and so Jalen Hurts is undefeated against the Dallas Cowboys. You heard? Okay.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, I know about that.
All I know is Dak 3-1 against Sirianni. I know that. I know
I know
that.
about that.
I know Dak 3-1 against Sirianni right now. But nevertheless, moving forward, and Sirianni ain't that great
He's gonna be
anyway.
4-0.
Dak gonna be 4-1 against Sirianni start this week. But
Nah.
anyway,
3-2.
and the Eagles are a 3.5 point underdogs too. by the way.
Take the
So-
Eagles.
You said that last week. Everybody lost money. We're messing with you.
I ain't say that shit.
But
ain't say
Chiefs. Let's go to the Chiefs, man. Another team who's been losing, or not losing, who lost this week. And also the Packers, man. So it's time for the Chiefs to really panic. Also, how you feeling about Jordan Love and the Packers right now? Let me start with you, Jordan. Talk about Jordan for me, Jordan, and also the Chiefs.
I said before the season I like Jordan Love. They're finally doing what I thought Christian Watson and him are going to do earlier in the year. That's why I picked them on fantasy because I thought that they were going to be really, really great to start off. They didn't start off that way, but they're coming along and they're going this way. You feel what I'm saying? And I mean, all they did was lose Aaron Rodgers. I think they had talent around that team. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he's a competent quarterback. He can play. Like he's no scrub. Like he looks like Aaron Rodgers. Locally, I'm not gonna say he's Aaron Rodgers, but like the way he throws the ball from all the angles, and he has arm talent. He coming out of Utah State, that was the shit about him. Like he had the Patrick Mahomes arm, whoop-de-woo, yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the thing. So, they have weapons. They have a defense. They can make some noise. As far as the Chiefs go, the only issue, and I see something like Shannon Sharp actually said this on ESPN too, though. But it's like he said, right, if Andy Reid don't scheme up the perfect play, these receivers can't really win consistently for them all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, if it's not really working for them at that current moment, it's basically Travis Kelce and then Patrick Mahomes just runs around. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And they got receivers that be dropping shit. I think their best receiver is the boy Rice, the rookie. They just gotta, I think, keep feeding him. You feel me? I think he's the only one that can separate himself from all the other receivers that they got. He could be their clear number one wide receiver.
I think he a year away though.
I think he's nice, bro.
No, I think he's number one now. Don't be wrong, of their team. But I think a year away from being consistently a great, you know what I mean, a great receiver, stuff like that. Like, in my
going in the next. Yeah, going in the next year, he's gonna be nasty.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I would draft
him next year. He gonna be killing.
Yeah,
but I don't really like take none of that type shit into consideration when it comes to the Chiefs because they're so proven, and we know what they really can do. Like they've had seasons like this to where they've struggled and lost to teams that we thought they shouldn't have lost to, or whatever. Like you know what I'm saying? But that's what happened. Like. It's the league, so it's a long season. They get into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So once you see what they come, when you see them play that first playoff game, you're gonna see what type time they on, and you gonna know, oh shit, is they back again? You feel what I'm saying? It's like that Brady Patriots type shit. We was always expecting greatness from all them, and at times when they didn't play well or they didn't lose, they lost a certain team. They'd be like, oh. What's wrong with the Patriots? Whoopty woo, yada yada yada, and then they just get to the offs and do their thing. So I think that's kind of what the Chiefs be on type time right now. It's like, all right, teams just finding ways to scheme against us. I feel like they just collecting data. You feel me? They just collecting data. Okay, this is a look. That this is how they beat us. We're going to make sure that if we see this look again, we're going to attack that. Because somebody going to watch that film on how they shut that shit down and think that they could do that again. Nah, dickhead. So I think that's what the Chiefs be on. Andy Reid be on. They're going to be good.
Jeff, how you feeling about the Chiefs right now? And also about the Packers and Jordan Love?
Yeah, I'm rocking with my man Jordan over here. I think the Chiefs... And he said that, I mean, verbally perfect if you ask me. They gaining data. They running plays. They get, and you know the difference now. I got a different outlook on that because they gave Rashid he got 19 catches in the last 2 games, 19 targets. You know what I'm saying, something like that. And that's interesting to me because they feed him the ball now consistently. And I think, like Jordan said, Andy Reid just the bear that you don't poke. They hearing all this. You know what I'm saying? They laying low. They know they're gonna win their division. They can take their show on the road anytime they want. And we was already praising that defense for how great it was earlier this season, right? So how much you think you're going to need to give Mahomes for Mahomes to take advantage? You think you got to give him 3 or 4 possessions? No, he going to get 1 and he might be better. And like right now, they coasting. They know it's a long season. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think, you know me, Mike, when it's fresh, you better win it all. And I think that with this fresh kid, Rashid Rice, he don't even know what he's signing up for right now. He could really be a game breaker if they keep force-feeding him the ball the way they are. Travis Kelce is going to always get his. And you know what I'm saying? Andy is definitely the perfect play schemer, and he does not do second looks. All the great coaches are like that. Bill Belichick, all the great ones. If you give them something one time, they're going to wait to see it again. They're going to be ready next time. And I think that's what the Chiefs are doing. The Chiefs are looking at the teams around the NFL and the AFC that are good because we really don't have no clear-cut winner in the AFC. I feel guaranteed confidence in. The Dolphins, I really feel unknown. The Ravens, yeah, they seem like it on defense, but Lamar just looked regular. And the only thing that I can trust is the championship pedigree team, and Kansas City Chiefs are actually that. So I trust them to show me something coming through December and into January because I've seen them do it before. And these other teams really haven't shown me that, and I'm not going to go against the grain and bet my money. I think the Chiefs is lying low, and they ready to take off like a rocket.
Go around the horn. Toby, how you feeling about the Chiefs right now and the Packers and Jordan Love?
Let me start with the Packers. The Packers they have surprised me. Jordan Love has surprised me, this season. He's had his ups and downs, but recently he's been playing good. And it's good to see that, they found, I guess, their successor to Aaron Rodgers as of now. Overall, I'm surprised they won the game. I'm expecting the Chiefs to, win that game. They're the better football team. I don't agree with this thing about the Chiefs are just collecting data doing all this because I looked at the numbers. I remember even like last week, this year compared to last year, their points per game is down by a lot. This is not the same Chiefs that we've seen over the years that could put up 30 like consistently every game. Even the game that they do win, they're barely putting up points, 20 points a game. I feel like maybe the losing the who was the offensive coordinator?
Like, I was gonna say it every week. Eric Bieniemy.
That might have affected them definitely, and the fact that the receivers they're just not that good. You just cannot keep relying on Travis Kelce. I don't believe that. Maybe we'll see anything could happen. So the playoffs come and then maybe a spark comes, maybe. But I just feel like it's not like they're just gonna turn up out of nowhere. They're not the same Chiefs. They're barely scoring points. They lost to the Packers. Come on, they're supposed to be winning. I remember when Mike was like, he started when he was about to introduce the topic. He said, "Oh, the Chiefs, they're not losing games." Well, they are losing games. They're losing to the Packers. They're losing to the Broncos. And whoever they have next, I don't know.
The Bills.
The Bills.
Oh,
Exactly.
we think that.
That's a losable game again because we don't know what's gonna happen. So let's see. Are they gonna put up 30? And the Chiefs defense they got had. I mean they've been good this season, but Jordan Love played good against them. He put up 27 points, 3 TDs. I don't think he threw an interception. So I feel like it's definitely gonna be a tough battle for the Chiefs. I don't think they're just gonna be able to turn it on like that. This year. I don't think it's the same.
Daryl, which way you swaying, man? With this?
For me, starting with the Chiefs, I agree. It is starting. It's time to panic. Like usually in years past, in December, the Chiefs are trending up. Like usually at this time of year, they beat teams they're supposed to beat. And for me, I with Toby, like what he just said with the defense. Early on, they were playing well, and they've been slipping the past couple weeks. Like in this game specifically, the Packers early on dominated time possession, like 8-9 minute drives, and scoring touchdowns at the end of that too. And with that, like usually, like back with the Chiefs, yeah, like other teams, they would their defense would get them off the field and get the ball back in the hands of Mahomes, and he would just score touchdowns, and that would be kind of deflating on the other side. We're not really seeing that at right now with the Chiefs, and again, all year, the second option other than Kelce has been an issue. I do believe in Rashee Rice. I feel like he's gonna be special. As long as they keep feeding the ball. Pacheco had over 100 yards in the rushing, so he's always gonna be running hard, especially this time of year when it gets cold. But I do think it's not a good sign that they're not trending up like they usually do during this time of the year. I mean, with the defense, they need to get their defense back to where it was in the beginning in order for me to feel confident when they go against either the Dolphins or the Ravens in the playoffs. Because if they don't get Tua or Lamar off the field, and it's just a back and forth match, or they keep like the Ravens, they run the ball.
They already beat Tua, right?
True. That was earlier.
Really?
That's November 5th.
Another
What are you
nobody.
talking about?
Wasn't that in London or Germany or something like that?
I don't care. They both was good, ain't they?
I'm just asking
We'll get to
questions.
the Dolphins later on too. But with the Ravens, that's a team that can sustain 9 minute drives in the playoffs. And if the Chiefs, if they're not clicking offensively, that can spell recipe for disaster in the playoffs. As far as the Packers, I love what I'm seeing from Love, especially that Thanksgiving game. Some of them throws that he made, especially that first throw. I think it was to Reed, the rookie. I mean, like just the windows that he's forcing these balls in. I feel like the biggest thing difference I'm seeing, they took the training wheels off. Like Matt LaFleur said it. Like even then going back to that Thanksgiving game, first play, deep shot to what's the name, Christian Watson. Yeah. Like they just letting him go do him, and like really just allowing him to take command of the team. Like that's really what you want to see for like a team that has a young quarterback. We're seeing it with C.J. Stroud. Like teams are like these young quarterbacks taking command, and that's what I'm seeing from Love in the past few weeks. If I'm a Packers fan, I feel good about moving forward with him. Like I feel like I can win with him as a quarterback. They just need to keep improving that roster. I think they can make some noise this year. As far as playoff wise, I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if they get a surprise win playoff wild card weekend against that team. I'm not sure how the matchup is going to go, but I wouldn't be surprised if they get a win this year. That's how well they're playing. But for the Chiefs, yeah, just trending down to this time of the year when they usually don't. That's a sign for concern.
Yeah, Packers, I see next year being a double-digit win team. I don't know about their seeding or nothing like that, but I think they're definitely trending up worse. I like Jordan Love. I think he's going to be a solid starter for maybe, 10, 12 years to come or more. Matt LaFleur was still there, like Jordan said. They still had a solid team around. So, you know what I mean? So, plug Jordan Love in. He got to take his bumps and bruises, but it's kind of clicking. It's slowing down for him is what's happening. And it's kind of clicking a little bit. So, I think next year there'll be a 10-win team. At least, next year. This year, I don't think they'll win Walker Weekend though. I don't see that at all. Whoever they play, Detroit, Dallas, they're gonna lose. The Eagles, it don't really matter. So, but
it might be the Eagles.
they might.
Shootout.
Well, Jordan Love will have 300 yards. Like that's fact. But
All right.
but
Not in the Lincoln January when his first playoff game. Hell no.
okay.
Yeah, maybe not.
Chiefs. I'm with Daryl and Toby more, man. I think it's time to panic. I think that a rookie being your best receiver is not great, something like that. I think that Sky Moore should never play again. I feel like he's like a downfall for them. So many drops, bad routes. Like I feel like he's killing Patrick Mahomes right now. Tony, you can't count on at all either. And Kelsey Kelsey long in the tooth too. Now he got some miles on him. So like he had these great games. Then he have okay games. He come off limping sometimes. Like you got to be careful with that. And I do still think that Eric B missing is an issue. Now I do like Pacheco. He's stepping up this year. You know what I mean? So shout out to him. But that's helping Mahomes out a little bit, but it'd be nice if he had a better complement of receivers. I feel like make sure they gotta get in that free agency. Maybe try to draft another good rookie. Have Rasheed make a really good next step. But I feel like this year they going home. Like I'm sorry, I just feel like they don't have the offense. If the defense don't play like super lights out like they were a couple times earlier this year, I think they will lose. And Jeff, you want to talk about that Miami game, but I'll get to Miami in the next topic. But people forget, like, Miami just really coming together. They was missing two of the top corners in the league. And now they back. You know what I mean? On top of the fact that they a change is getting bad. Like, they really just coming together right now. We'll get to them on the next topic, but I think a lot of teams caught them on some bad weeks and whatnot. But I feel like that the Ravens will get them because they're going to have balance offense. They have good defense they're going to play. Miami going to shoot out with them and stuff like that. I feel like that Jazz kind of messed up because with Lawrence hurt right now. So that's the only problem with them. But those two teams, I think one of them will knock them out, in my opinion.
I don't think either one of them, because, just like you said, the other team is balanced, so are the Chiefs. Like, Pacheco, he's been an elite runner in 11 of the 12 games. Like, he's gaining the most yards. So they feeding him the ball, and he had 110 this game, 90.
Yeah, I like Pacheco. I said that.
But listen, and why I'm saying the Rasheed thing is this, right? Kelsey might be long in the tooth, but he don't do a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? Like, he do a lot of intermediate catching and getting tackled, but he ain't running a 9 route like every other play. They real methodical with all, and that's what I'm saying, man. Like, look, the Chiefs are beating teams, man. He just said, what's the name, Tua, and they won. In the final four of their schedule, 4 games they got: New England, the Las Vegas Raiders, Cincinnati Bengals, and the Los Angeles Chargers. That's good home feeding to go into the playoffs right there. Like,
after they lose to the Bills this Sunday, I got you.
That could be fun, but then they'll go on the 4-game win streak into the playoffs. Like, you're like, come on, what are you talking
about? But how do we get to the playoffs though? Like, I think
they're better than a lot of these teams. Like, we keep wanting to believe in the Miami Dolphins, Mike, and you saying that defense or whatever, but it's their first year, bro. And let's not act like Jalen Ramsey. They call him lockdown, but he be getting cooked. That's why he on the Dolphins. You know that.
Bro, I'm gonna save that for the next topic because you're from the Dolphins. All right, let me move on. All right, good segue. Matter of fact, Jeff,
right.
Segue. Miami to me is looking dominant again, like they were in the beginning of the season. Do we believe in them as a contender? Also, should to Tyreek be the absolute MVP right now? I'm gonna start with you, Toby. You know what's coming to you. Look at you, you mute yourself.
Yeah, I had that feeling. They're playing dominant. They're playing good football. I remember back in the I think I became a believer of them a little bit when they beat Broncos. I think it was 72.
70-20.
I was like, oh damn! But then they had some iffy performances after that. And now, I mean, they just beat what's the football
Commanders.
team?
Commanders.
Commanders, the Commanders. And I'm not gonna look too much into it. It's the Commanders. But Tyreek, okay. To answer the question, are they Super Bowl contenders to me? No, I'm still gonna say they're not Super Bowl
Wow.
contenders. Great performance. Super Bowl contenders? No, they're not it for me. But Tyreek Hill, yes, he's my MVP. We're gonna do our MVP rankings.
Yeah.
Yes, he is the MVP. He's scoring every week. He's unstoppable. He's showing how much. I bet you the Chiefs want him now. I bet you they want him this year because
They should have paid him.
They should have paid him. They would be unstoppable. They would still be unstoppable right now. And he's
He
making
won
Tua
last
look.
year.
He's making Tua look. He's even making Tua look good. So what this guy can do, definitely the MVP, making Tua look like a great quarterback at times.
So we're
So,
still hate on Tua.
so that's how I had to say. Yeah, Tua. Tyreek Hill is my MVP, man.
Hey, Joe, you've been quiet for a while. What's your thoughts on the Dolphins right now? And would you give Tyreek MVP right now today?
So I would be okay with Tyreek Hill being an MVP. I think if he can get 2,000 yards, I think he should be MVP.
All right.
And then go to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I think he should definitely get MVP. Because, like, out of all the quarterbacks that they have, like, out of all those ones that have probably had the best season, statistically, it's probably Brock Purdy. But I don't know if I can give Purdy all the credit because of what he's working with. And I'm not trying to discredit him, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to discredit Tua neither because he got a lot to work with too. But so do Jalen, so do Lamar. Like, all these guys got, you know what I'm saying, players to, work with that make them even better. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to go with the players. I would have to say that kind of elevates, their play a little bit. Like, let's not be mistaken. Like, damn near every QB that we talk about outside of Patrick Mahomes, that organization got them a number one receiver. Specifically, really, you talk about Tua, Jalen, and Josh Allen. Their number one receivers elevated their games.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that has to be taken into consideration. And that, you know what I'm saying? Like, CMC elevates the level of play of Brock Purdy. Like, because CMC is, when he's on the field, he's arguably the best player on the field, either side of the ball. So
What's your thoughts on the Dolphins overall right now?
I mean, I think the Dolphins can still beat anybody who they line up against on any given Sunday. So if the conditions are good and them hamstrings ain't feeling too good coming in the playoff week, you're fried rice because they can smoke you. You feel me? Like, I still actually can believe in them actually winning the playoff game. Like, because in the playoff game, they had the pieces that are important to go win a playoff game. Like, pass rusher, DBs, offensive line. They can run it. And then they got two receivers that you can't really guard at all. And even whatever coverage you do with Tyreek Hill, like,
it don't matter.
His speed, it don't matter.
Nah.
So if you got DBs that was out the night before, done up. If you got DBs that was coming into the game, hamstrings growing tight, whatever, done up. Safeties, linebackers, done up. It's over. You feel me? So they better not get no wounded team out there because they're going to curb stomp the shit out of them.
I'm going to come back to you about Tyreek in a second. But, Daryl, how you feeling about Miami right now? And I know we're giving our MVPs later, but would you have Tyreek at number one or no? I don't know.
As far as, like, starting with contender, you're definitely a contender. I'm ready to put them over the the Chiefs and Ravens. The only thing that's holding me back is they don't have that big win yet against any of those top teams. Like the way I look at it, and in the NFC, the Niners are the most talented in the NFC. And the AFC, I feel like the Dolphins are the most talented, but they don't have that big win against that one of those top teams. I do feel like since Ramsey came back, this defense is playing with a different level of confidence. I mean, they took the next level step as far as with him and Xavier back as well. They did lose a key piece of the linebacker. I was watching Hard Knocks. They made a big deal about that. So it's gonna be interesting to see how if they can keep that same level. Just like some of these other top defenses losing a key piece and still not losing a beat. But as far as MVP, he's in the conversation. I don't have him as the MVP right now. I do believe that if he gets 2K and the Dolphins finish as the number 1 seed, he will be MVP because just for a non-quarterback, I feel like you need to do something special. You need to do something to stand out. I feel like if he gets that 20 yards under the belt and his team finishes top in the AFC, there's no question he'll be MVP. But for now, we'll get into it later, but I still got some quarterbacks on NFC over him right now.
Yeah, I don't think he's MVP. I don't think he can win it. I think, okay, in my opinion, I think he really could be. But the fact is, it's like, it's not like they're not on this level together. But my point is that Tua gonna steal votes from him, right? Because Tua gonna have like 5,000 yards and almost 40 touchdowns. He already like 4th in the voting right now. He above Tyreek actually in the odds. So it's like hard for Tyreek to climb the quarterback who's giving him the ball because the receiver dependent position. So I don't feel like that he gonna be able to now if he had a quarterback with 3,500 and he got 2K, okay, that's different. But Tua gonna have 5,000 yards. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be hard for him to kind of climb over that, especially when it's normally a quarterback award. So I feel like that's his problem. Maybe if he had 20 tutties too, but I don't think he don't get that. As far as Miami, I agree with you, Daryl. I feel like since Jalen came back, they've been the number 2 scoring defense, something like that. Jay Ram made a difference, and Xavier Howard. They're both good. They're missing 2 corners and they were winning, and now they got them both back. And then I think Achane, will he come back this week? I think.
He got last week. He had 2 touchdowns. So.
Yeah, messing up my Mostert stats. That's okay, but either way, he came back. I definitely didn't need it, but nevertheless, so I feel like that. I don't know how the Chiefs can beat Miami moving forward, honestly. And I'm sorry, Jeff. I know you like the Chiefs, things like that, but I don't know how they can beat them moving forward, like this season right now.
Well, I mean,
not saying for life. They beat them without everybody there, though.
Listen to me, bro. The Miami Dolphins are such the goofiest fools go ever, bro.
I hear you.
Against the 3 teams in the winning conference and with the winning record, they're 0-3. The Buffalo Bills, the Eagles, and then against the Kansas City Chiefs. All those teams combined in that game averaged 36 points. The Dolphins averaged 19 points. Listen, bro, you talking about how great the defense. The last 3 games been the Redskins, the Raiders, and the Jets. What do you expect, bro? The 3 of the most worst teams in the league, bro. Before that, they lost to the Chiefs. The Eagles hung 31 on them. That was in Philly. They was in Buffalo. And then the Kansas City came to Miami. What are y'all talking about? They are the worst team of. They just Mike. They are the AFC Eagles. They're the AFC Eagles.
Whoa.
Listen. They look so good, but they going out in the first round, bro. Every game, listen, look, against the Buffalo Bills, Tyreek only had
Eagles aren't playing no
Wait,
first
hold on, bro.
round
Listen,
playoff
Jay.
game.
Chill. When Tyreek had 86 against the Bills and 86 against the Eagles, and he had 100 against the Chiefs, but they still lost all 3 games. They can't score against the real good teams. They beaten teams like the Seattle Seahawks, the St. Louis Rams, Chicago Bears. They beating all these bum ass. The Dolphins were trash in the beginning. I mean, the Broncos were trash in the beginning, but now they good. So let's not fall in love with the Dolphins. Yo, the bottom half of their schedule, this is going to be the toughest. I guarantee they might not even win any games. The bottom half.
In the games.
Listen to the defenses they play. The Tennessee Titans, the New York Jets, the Dallas Cowboys, the Baltimore Ravens, and they end in the Buffalo Bills. And Buffalo been smacking them anyway. Yo, they could be wild card by the end of that.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know, bro. You
Look
just
at the
saying.
teams, bro. They not beating good
I don't know,
teams.
bro. I mean,
They're
look,
not
I
beating
hear
good
what you're
teams,
saying.
bro.
I hear what you're saying. I hear
They're
what
not
you're
beating
saying,
no
but
good teams, bro. They beat the
I
Giants,
hear
the
what you,
Patriots
bro.
twice. I'm telling you, like Carolina. Like, come on, man, them teams trash. They not beating
I don't
nobody.
think you watching the games. I think you're right about their personnel, bro. They
Listen
got a lot.
listen though. Against the good teams, they haven't won. Like Daryl said, they not beating nobody. They beat on all fools
No,
gold,
but I
bro.
mean, yeah. No, I feel Mike saying
Of the
that
teams I
they
said, which
lost
one of
to
them
these
got winning
teams and
records?
they weren't fully healthy, but they lost to these teams, not fully
They get
full go and
dominated.
shit. But like, no, I
They
don't
get
know,
that.
bro.
Yo, they got
They
dominated
can
every
beat
game. They give up
anybody.
30 against all the good teams.
Bro, they was missing two starting
that's-
corners and two good corners.
That's
Not
right.
like bum.
You-
Bro,
if you-
again,
if-
listen,
and if
they
you
not
can't
that
score
good.
30, you're gonna get low and you're gonna lose.
They're
And
not,
if you
they're
can't
not
score
that
30,
good,
then you're
bro.
gonna lose.
I mean, listen, Xavier Howard
And
might be
if
really
you
good,
can't-
yeah. But I don't have no trust
Okay,
in
but
Ramsey being good.
what offense do you trust being able to go 30 for 30 with them?
30
in
for
the
30 with
AFC?
them?
Yeah.
Yes.
It got to be in the AFC?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Well, I mean, I clearly think that the Kansas City Chiefs will.
What? They can't even score 30. It's like, wow.
I'm telling you, if they can score 21 overseas, they can score 30 at home. I promise you.
All right, bro.
Let's keep it real. Listen, I don't think they can go against the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, like, that's another offense I don't see them being able to stop or beat. Listen, it's AFC team, and again, they
Do
might
you
beat
see
the
an
Buffalo
offense
Bills.
that can go toe to toe with them? Right?
The Buffalo
Match
Bills,
score
bro.
for score with them.
Buff-
The Bills might not make the offs.
But they hung 48 on them last time. And Josh Allen beat them last year. Like every time they see him, they don't play
That was without
offense.
Tua.
That
All right,
was.
either way, they winning over the team, man. He already know how to beat them. And listen, again, it's not like the Chiefs, it's not like the Dolphins' defense is like Jalen Ramsey's going to change a lot, man.
He already has. He's like, oh, yeah.
It's the Jets, the Raiders, and like, come on, bro. You see the three teams and the Washington Commanders.
Bro, hasn't he had a pick in every game?
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, bro. I don't know what the hell Jeff be watching, bro.
Listen,
Like,
they played 3 sorry ass teams, man.
man, he came back
sure
about
he did
5
against
games
them.
ago.
The Raiders quarterback is a rookie. The Jets quarterback was probably Todd Bosey or
sorry
whatever.
are they? But
And the Redskins didn't.
How sorry are these teams?
Very.
The Redskins
Jets-
compete. The Redskins compete.
I
The
can't believe we
Redskins
talking
compete.
about the Redskins being a good team against the Miami Dolphins.
Yo,
But they compete.
all I'm going to say,
bro.
if any team down, both of the starting corners going to not have great games. I'm sorry to say.
Bro.
And that's what they were at. But I'll move forward, though. Another AFC
Yeah.
team. AFC teams, I should say. The Jaguars and Bengals. Bengals actually beat the Jags, man. But, it came down to overtime. Lawrence got hurt and gonna miss some games. If Jags would have won that game, they would have been number 1 in the AFC. Instead, they lost Lawrence. So, how bad does this hurt them possibly making a deep playoff run? Let me start with you, Darryl. Go back around to the beginning.
Not only were they going to be first in the AFC, they had the easiest schedule compared to other top teams for the rest of the year. So this is, and I don't even think that's the biggest loss, Trevor Lawrence. They also lost Christian Kirk too, and I think they're going to have him out for longer. I feel like Trevor Lawrence, he's going to come back and might be ready come playoff time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that kind of like what I liked about them as far as offensively, talent-wise at 100%, I think they can match up with anybody in the AFC. Like the 3 receivers they had. I mean, they were supposed to have Zay Jones come back. He was involved, but that was after Christian Kirk. But they were supposed to have those 3 receivers. ETN, he's been a beast all year. And what's the name? Ingram as a tight end. Like they had the weapons at 100%, but those 2 losses, that's going to hurt them as far as like what they were looking to do. I feel like their defense with Josh Allen, they've been playing well. I think he's going to keep them in these games going forward. I don't know who they gonna have at quarterback. I don't even know who subbed them for after the game, but that's tough, man. Because they was in the best position possible as far as like going off for the rest of the year. But I feel like if Trevor Lawrence comes back, they can get wild card. They might can get a win, but without Christian Kirk, that kind of like that takes them out of the top rankings for the AFC when it comes to the Ravens and Chiefs.
Okay, Jordan, how you feeling about the Jags now? We're losing Lawrence and their possibility now of making a deep playoff run. I know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely unfortunate that he got the injury. I think they had a chance to get the number 1 seed.
They would have had it
I believe they would have had it. Yeah, so
if they won. Yeah.
you know, yeah, it's unfortunate. They seem to have a quarterback that is competent enough to maybe get them to where they need to be before he comes back. Because the backup didn't play awful for them, so you never know.
So let me ask you this: if when he comes back, if they still get in the playoffs, you feel like they can make a deep run, the Jags, as is?
I mean, him fully healthy, I do. I think they have the pieces. I think the loss of Christian Kirk is big, but I don't think it's as big as it may seem from the fact that they have other guys that they can get the ball to. And in ways that they got the ball to Christian Kirk, they have other guys that they can get the ball to in the similar type ways. Like Calvin Ridley, he's not a slot receiver, but there's certain ways that they got Christian Kirk. Like Christian Kirk is a slot receiver, but he's turned out to be like a real receiver, like not just a slot receiver, like slot outside, like make plays all over the field, deep threat speed, like he got it all. Like you feel me? Run after the catch, like he got it all. You feel me? He slept on it. But so can Calvin Ridley. So I think this unfortunate situation is going to elevate the play of Calvin Ridley, especially when Trevor Lawrence gets back.
Okay.
Their defense is slept on. You know what I'm saying? Josh Allen is top 5 in sacks. They got some decent DBs. They got a nice linebacker. So, I mean, yeah, they can definitely make a run for sure.
Toby, same question. How you feel about the Jags now with Lawrence hurting if he comes back?
Yeah, like right now I'm really in the middle about things because I don't know how long he's gonna be out. Like Daryl said, they lost Kirk. Really, to me, has been like a little bit quiet this season. So I have to see him do it. Fill those shoes. I feel like the Bengals. This loss really hurts the Jags a lot because to me the Bengals aren't really going anywhere. Because I mean I don't know how they won this game. This quarterback, this performance at Browning, what he did. Yeah, the Bengals have a lot of weapons. Jamar Chase, that one touchdown he had. They have playmakers. They have Mixon. They have Boyd. They have these receivers that make plays. But I feel like the Jags really lost opportunity because Burrow's not there, so it's like they just stole a win from them, and then they lost their quarterback. So it really hurts them, and I feel like it kind of puts their season, depending on his injury, it puts it in jeopardy because it's been good so far. Besides the loss to the 49ers, they've been like decent for most of the season. So it's like I feel bad for them, honestly, losing it to a team like that.
All right, Jeff, your thoughts on the Jags right now?
So the Jags, what basically happened? The quarterback got hurt, and they deflated. They was home. It deflated the crowd. It deflated the team, and that's why they lost the game for one. I mean, because look, they had already was up. They had 28 by the third quarter, and I think he get hurt in the fourth quarter. I'm sure they could have scored another touchdown, but instead all they got was a field goal. So I think that's what happened with the game part of it. I mean, he was 2 for 29, 200 some yards, some touchdowns. He was balling.
A rush touchdown too.
Yeah, and I was going to mention that that's the key thing with him, his mobility and his ability to run them plays out the pocket. He scrambles really timely. Of course, we love Dougie P and his play calling. That's always been a thing. Sunshine was really on his way to make a name. Here's my thing: the Kirk thing is even worse. I mean, he's led the team in like 6 games in catching and leading receiving. So losing him is big. I think. I don't know if Ridley is all the way back to the Ridley we thought he was in Atlanta, or even if he is that guy anymore. And I think Christian Kirk was one of the most scrutinized, but now praised signings last year when they gave him 84 million, Mike. I think they gave him a bunch of money. And he showed last year, and then they tried to incorporate Ridley this year instead of just going to Kirk from the beginning, but still Kirk found a way to get the yards. I think it's going to be an issue for him a little bit. But then again, I was looking at it like, look, you know what? The bottom half of their schedule, I mean, if he comes back by, let's say, 3 weeks, they got Tampa Bay, Carolina, and Tennessee to end out the season. Not really three juggernauts. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can get a little rhythm and get himself back to playing well if, it's like the rhythm he needs for the playoffs. So they're still a scary team. I don't think they needed the number one seed right now because I think far and above, they're really better than teams. They've got a stud at running back at ETN. Like, really, I expect them to lean more on him with Burrow being out for a while. And look, Christian Kirk has obviously proven himself to be a solid receiver. And really, if you want to call him a 2, that's not a bad 2. Evan Ingram, the defense was pretty solid. It was just holding teams to certain points. Now, of course, they did get blown out by the 49ers, but that's the eventual Super Bowl champion, so I expect that. Even with all that said, they lost to the Chiefs 17-9. That was early in the season. I think they went on like a 5-game winning streak later on after that. And they kind of caught some L's against the 49ers. And then this Cincinnati game was for the injury. They would have beat them. So the Jaguars still going to end up in the top seed and might represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. Honestly.
Let me ask you this, because you kind of really like, you're really, really high on them. So fully healthy, both teams. Who you like? Jeff, I'm talking to. Miami or Jacksonville?
Jacksonville.
Yo, that's crazy. But okay.
They got the same thing Miami got.
I don't know if it's that crazy, Mike. But
It's
like,
not
It ain't that crazy, but I'm taking Miami, though.
Listen, again, when the Miami Dolphins beat a
I think that's
legitimate
equal.
contender,
I think that's fair.
then I want to talk.
We say Jordan's equal, you said to you? You said?
If
Is it
the,
equal?
when the, who, me?
No, what Jordan said? He said it's equal, both teams, both healthy?
Yeah, I feel like that's
Think
fair.
about
I
it.
feel like it's fair. Yeah.
Think about it, Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty fair, equal.
I think it's fair, but I would take Miami if they both
I
healthy.
wouldn't.
You would take Miami?
Only because they're more explosive. What about you, Toby?
Why
Both
not?
healthy. What are you telling me?
Who's more explosive?
No. Who are you taking?
Well,
Both
who am I
fully
taking?
healthy. Jags or Miami?
Fully healthy. I'm taking Miami.
What about you, Daryl?
I'm taking Miami.
I mean,
Even
they
with
have
like a
more-
backup quarterback,
I don't
that
know.
defense was getting Chase and Higgins, T. Higgins. They was getting the ball and they was making plays. So I'll take
Bro.
Miami.
Bro, look, the Jacksonville Jaguars, nobody scored over 25 points this season but this game. No team. They beat every single team and held them to 25 points. If they had 20, except for their losses, all their wins, 25-point wins. No team is scoring over 25 points. They're not
25 or
getting
less.
points. Yeah, like 25 or less, 20, 10. Again, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
3.
taking them because they got that one-hitter quitter, and they so explosive. Where Jazz got to work for their points, stuff like that. So that's why I'm
There's
taking
blueprint
them.
how to stop that.
I mean,
There's
Like
blueprint
even
how
like
to
this
stop
past week, like with a bad throw from Tua, like Tyreek Hill, other shoulder touchdown.
That was a bad throw. You're right. Yeah.
Another
I mean-
terrible ball by Tua.
that. Jaguars run the ball. If the Jaguars
The
run the ball, the
Dolphins-
Dolphins ain't on the field, then what can you do? They can sustain long 8, 9, 10 drives.
I
Go ahead, Jordan.
feel like the Dolphins are just you can say that they're the more talented team, but it doesn't mean that they're better than Jacksonville.
Right.
I
Doesn't
said
mean that they're better.
I said they're more explosive. That's why I would take them. But, it can go either way. You know what I'm saying? But moving forward, let's get these MVPs out. Top 3. We've been talking about MVP a little bit throughout the show. Some got Tyreek already. Some got Brock. Jeff mentioned Dak. So, Jeff, why don't you start? Who's your top 3 right now?
Top 3, Purdy, Dak, and Tyreek, just for the hell of it.
Daryl?
I got Dak 1, Purdy 2, and I got Hurts 3.
Oh, okay. Hurts still in the field. All right. No, Toby.
I got Dak 1, Tyreek Hill 2, number 3, Christian McCaffrey.
That nigga can't stand Purdy. I swear.
Yes.
Jordan, what you got, man? Top 3.
Yeah, I mean, I got Tyreek Hill, Dak Prescott, unfortunately, and I would like CMC too.
Damn.
Good looks. Yeah, he know what he talking
I
about.
just,
Yo, I put it on wax that Purdy. I said Purdy gonna win the MVP. Just make sure it's here.
yeah, well,
He's not winning.
not like what you said on wax talking the wrong before. So
Right.
I was right last week about the game against the 49ers.
I'm gonna go Purdy 1 right now today. I'm gonna go with Dak. I'm gonna go Purdy 1. Dak and Jalen are tied for 2 and 3 right
Come
now.
on, man. What kind of Bush League move was that? What they call it?
Well, I think
Like,
did you just say
bro.
Jalen?
1, 2, 3.
I think the winner of this game moves up to me. And
to number 2.
So they 2
number
and
2.
3. They 2 and 3, and then they
Yeah.
flip flop depending on who wins.
Yeah.
All right,
No. Yeah. No, whoever wins goes to number 2.
And
Solid
then
number
who's
2.
become 3 then.
The other one. Play
Okay,
that.
all right.
Yeah.
So it's Purdy, Dak,
Dak and Jalen, 2,
are
3.
tied.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
So whoa.
I get-
Go ahead. What you?
He's not putting Dak above Jalen. He's saying he's not sure yet. He's saying those are 2 contenders for 2 and 3.
No,
Like, it's
I
a playoff.
understand that, but I'm confused on how he hates the Eagles so much, but then has
You say that. I'll be giving you. Yeah, I'll be giving.
MVP,
Bro, I give you honest analysis every week. I've never steered you wrong with stuff like that. I swear to God, I do, yo. Like, you and Deb, especially your boy Deb, y'all swear I should be hating, but I really be giving y'all facts. Especially Jeff,
Because it's not that many. Like it's not that many others to really pick. Not that many others to really pick.
Hurst do got like 30 touchdowns total, even though like it's like 13 tush pushes in there, but the numbers still are what they are.
And I think they're
Like
gonna count that against him. They're gonna be like, "Yo, come on, bro. Like we ain't banned it, so we ain't even gonna count that."
They're gonna ban it next year though, but
They are,
but yo, he did have a 5 touchdown game. That's on his resume. You know what I'm saying? Overall, so I gotta look, it is what it is, man. But and also Dak started the season off six touchdowns, 4 picks. So to me, they 2-3. McCaffrey has some low rushing games, not low rushing, but like 60-yard games, 70-yard games in there, stuff like that, like average games in there to me. Tyreek, if anybody, but
he's at the receiving though too.
I mean, he still has some average games, and
I mean,
then he
I feel
had.
like I think he's averaging. I think he's averaging like 120 scrimmage plus. You feel me? Like,
bro, he
No,
had some busted games, bro, where Purdy carried him and everything.
McCaffrey a beast. Don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean.
but like I don't know.
And to me, Tyreek and again, listen, they're not those players, but Tyreek and Tua are Shaq and Kobe to me. They cancel each other out. Like, you know what I mean? Like they play together. And they both have a great. I don't mean that they're not that great. They're not that great. Don't get me wrong.
But that's the thing. Like,
But his yak
how
is
can
up
we
there.
sit there? How can we sit there and say that he's an MVP candidate or Tua, right?
Yeah.
Or how can we say that? How can we say that Tyreek Hill is not an MVP candidate?
I never said
when
that.
He elevated when he no, I'm saying that when he elevated Tua, you feel me? Because without Tyreek Hill, Tua was almost off the Dolphins.
Bro, you like Tua before Tyreek even got there.
I
You talking
hear
about-
you, and I do, but you get what I'm saying? He would have went somewhere else. They'd have got him a nice team. He probably would have did something, but like, yeah, he was almost on the fringe of like, all right, are they going to keep him or not? You feel what I'm saying? Then they got
Bro,
Tyreek
he
Hill.
about to have 5,000
You know what I'm
yards. How
saying?
you gonna take that away from him? Though?
But
You know what I'm saying?
I also said that he came from Alabama to where he played with an all-star team too. But he was nice. You feel me? Like Tua is that dude. You feel me? Tua is nice.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give credit to the better player. If we line up the better player is Tyreek Hill. That's just how I'm coming.
I agree with that, but Tua still deserves some votes for being for what he doing. So my thing is, all I'm saying is that I would give it to Tyreek, but I think voting wise they cancel each other out a little bit. He takes some of his votes, put it like that. Maybe not cancel out, but he does take some of his votes. So for me, go ahead.
Like, I'll be with you a little bit more if there wasn't such a drop off after Tyreek. Like if he was Tua spreading the ball around, like there's such a drop off after Tyreek Hill's numbers, catching the yards, and then everyone else. Like even Jalen Waddle, like there's like a 50 catch difference between or target or catch difference between the two, and that's I feel like that big
Well, why don't
difference
it
in
help you all
speed.
season either? Why don't miss some games too? But I feel what you're saying on that at the same time. But I just feel like that the numbers, like Tyreek right now is higher in the odds,
Listen.
like in the Vegas odds. So no, I'm sorry, not Tyreek, Tua. So it's like, how does Tyreek win it over him?
Tyreek.
I
Hill
mean,
got-
no, I mean,
hold
yeah,
on.
but you know they.
Tyreek Hill got 611 yards yak, bro. That's more yards yak than some receivers be catching
Yeah, that's crazy.
with the ball
That's
midair,
awesome.
bro.
That's
That's a whole
awesome.
season right there. That's a tight end numbers.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
great.
Tyreek wanted number 3, honestly. Maybe 3 or 4, depending on what Jalen and Dak do at the end of the season. I don't think they give it to him. In my
No,
opinion.
they're not gonna give it to him. It's unprecedented.
They're gonna give him Offensive Player of the Year. for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They gonna do.
yeah, but I just hate that shit because like
I hate that shit too.
MVP like should be the best player, man. Like
They gotta go
well,
over and
matter
beyond to
what
get the
position,
MVP.
like, I just hate the fact that it's always been it's been a QB award. Like it didn't always used to be like that back in the day. Whoever really had the best season, you feel
MVP.
me, got MVP. Like
All right,
it didn't
but
matter
look,
if it was a QB.
But think about this though, right? What y'all saying about
receiver.
Tua or Tyreek, right? Hold on, think about this. Look at Devontae Adams' number now with
Okay.
Jimmy G and a horrible quarterback, right? So if Tyreek went to the Oakland Raiders, would he put up the numbers he putting up right now?
Yeah, because they throwing the ball deep. Devontae he ain't running a 9 like
What you
Tyreek.
mean?
No, he wouldn't. That's what I'm saying.
You saying
Listen, bro,
you saying if you put
They're not
two
even
on the
targeting
Raiders?
Devontae like they should be.
Yeah, if you put Tua on the Raiders, no, not Tua, Tyreek on the Raiders, would he still put up the same type of numbers?
With
The,
who?
the, the, the
With
quarterback.
the quarterbacks they got?
He
Yeah,
wouldn't get the same volume. He wouldn't
That's
get the
that's
same
Oh, it's Jimmy
Alright.
Garoppolo.
That's my point. So Tua got to play a part too, because like if the quarterbacks matter, Devontae was an All Pro. Now he basically all no. He'll be better much nothing or whatever like
I
that.
gotta
Yeah,
disagree
but
with you with that, bro.
but bro, we've seen
It's
what
different.
Jimmy G has been with other receivers, and we've seen what Tua did with no receivers. So like, I feel what you're saying, but you could say the same shit for the fact that if you think that if Tyreek Hill went to the Raiders, I don't know if he would have the same effect that he did on Tua, but fucking Jimmy G, they would be better.
Because
Then what the fuck they do
If
right
Tyreek, how about this?
Hell
Tyreek
yeah.
and Devontae switch. Devontae gonna have a great season with Tua too. I'm telling you because I know. I'm telling you because Tua's a part of it.
What I'm saying is Jimmy G would be better too. Let's not act like Jimmy G wouldn't be better too.
Yeah, the shit would be different. Like,
How?
it
If
would
Devontae,
just be
so you said
different. Like,
Devontae and Tyreek that far apart? No, they're not. Jimmy G's the
Bro,
problem.
They are.
The only reason they give it to
They
quarterbacks
are.
because they touch the ball every play. That's
They
that's
are.
every offensive
They
play. That's
are
the only
that far
reason.
apart. He
That's the only
separates
reason.
himself from any receiver in the league. Yeah.
Devontae
He
and
is right now. Tyreek Hill is in a different class, and then there's everybody else.
Why hasn't he been in that class? Because you know he been number one to me,
He's different. He's
bro.
retarded.
Even on the
Doesn't
Chiefs,
make
he was
sense.
a lightning in a bottle, bro.
I don't care what. It doesn't matter, bro. He's taking the bro.
Yo, he
he's
went
the
from
best.
Patrick
You
Mahomes
can
to
make-
I love him. Don't get me wrong,
Bro, like,
but
he's-
I feel like that if he
separated
went to the
himself from
Raiders,
Devontae Adams. He separated himself from Justin Jefferson. He separated himself from Jamar Chase.
Bro,
He
he'll-
separated himself from.
he gonna have
AJ
2K, right? He gonna have 2K with Miami. I feel like on the Raiders, he'll still be good, but like 1,400 maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's all,
I don't
bro,
think
that's what Devontae had.
Well, Devontae not about to get 1,400 this year.
He damn shit. He was
because of the quarterback. That's what I'm saying.
No.
The schemes,
You
too,
said
like,
Tyreek
all
could get
these-
1,400
Yeah,
with
like-
the same dude that Devontae can't do it with.
If
That's-
Devontae went to the Miami, he'll have 1,400, yo.
No.
Yes, he would.
Listen.
Yes, he
Listen
would.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
You just said Devontae Adams can't get 1,400 with Jimmy G, right? But you just said Tyreek Hill can get 1,400 with Jimmy G. Make it make sense, Mike.
I think that if they swap teams, the Miami will be the same place it is right now.
Yo, yeah, because they both would be because Tua is he's
Yeah.
better. But
Yeah.
don't Tyreek can do it with either one. Tua can, you put Devontae, but take nobody on that team. Just don't put nobody. Leave Waddle there.
Bro,
He
you
gets
literally. I mean, not for nothing. Like they are throwing the ball deep. You feel me? But there's been
all these
we've
motions
seen
before
him-
snap. Like,
Yeah, but we've seen him take 15-yard pitch, 70 yards to the crib.
Tyreek is a beast, but I think Tua play a part too, man. I don't think it's just Tyreek. I think he's not like a
and Mike McDaniels.
and Mike McDaniel. And that's I ain't
Bro,
gonna
he
say
got
for him.
600.
I understand, Jeff.
Yeah, bro.
But if he
Yeah,
played
he's
with
taking-
fucking
he's taking-
Riddler,
he's taking curls.
he'll fucking have 1,100 yards maybe. Like, if the quarterback affects it.
Listen, all right, even if he had
No,
1,100
because he's taking
passing
slants
yards,
to the
throw
crib
his
and
600
the
yak
Ravens.
yards on top of that. That's after, that's after he catches the ball. That's not in the air. That means
You
he
can't
got
say
the
like
ball
that.
in his
That's
hands
that talent
and he's
is
running.
what it is.
It's a dependent position, yo. He's not getting MVP. I'm sorry.
I know he's not because it's a quarterback thing, but 600 yak. That's in week 13. We're not even done.
Yeah,
How would
you-
How would y'all? Because I want to be here all night. But how would y'all put him up? Because I saw some other undisputed the other day. They were trying to compare him and Randy Moss. How would y'all compare? Better than Randy?
Yeah,
What you think?
yeah,
What the rest of y'all think?
No, he's
Yeah.
not better than Randy Moss.
yeah.
He's not
Never seen Randy Moss do a reverse and take it like 70. Never seen Randy Moss
Yeah,
come out the
Randy-
Wildcat and take it like 70.
Nah.
They wasn't playing
Randy-
like that.
Nah,
He was
Randy-
playing-
Exactly,
nah,
whole
Randy-
different
So I've
game.
never
Randy-
seen. So I'm seeing something
game
I've never
change.
seen
you
from a
tripping.
greatest receiver.
As a
Nah,
pure
you-
wide
nah,
receiver,
you-
Randy Moss
nah,
can
you
do
tripping.
whatever needs to be done.
Randy
on
Moss
the field.
takes
Like,
the
Nah,
ball
bro.
down
nothing he
anywhere.
can't
Too
do.
soon.
Toby got Randy. Daryl got Randy. Drew, who you got?
Nah, yeah, I'm going Randy. They tripping. Yeah, nah, they ain't
Randy
tripping.
never had 600 yards yet.
Randy had three catches.
In one
Randy
season.
had three
By week
catches, 3
13.
tugs, 120 some yards.
180 maybe.
The ball was in the air, bro.
No. You're not hearing me. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns.
Listen, you think too?
All go
Randy
routes
had
too.
3
All go
catches,
routes too. Just run
You
straight.
think Tyreek can't do that?
He ain't done it.
You think Tyreek can't do that?
He ain't done it.
I guess,
He ain't
bro.
done it.
Yes,
He
bro.
ain't done it.
I will say
He's
to
not too far
Jeff.
off. He can do it.
To Jeff point,
Tyreek can do it too.
Tyreek can run more routes than Randy could. I feel like on the route tree.
All he had was
I mean,
the
yeah,
nine.
I mean, I don't keep tripping.
That's all you needed really,
Yeah.
because no one's
Really?
taller,
Right.
no
He
one's
was
faster.
doing-
He wasn't
Tyreek
doing-
ain't that.
I mean, he wasn't doing like the little intermediate shit. That's cool,
Nah.
yeah. But like,
Tyreek
he
can
could
do
run a
that.
regular curl and all that slant type shit. But
Tyreek can
intermediate shit, like middle of the field type shit, he running the deep middle of the field type shit. Post, feel me? Post corners, all that other bullshit.
do that. The quarterback got to be able to
But
get
you
it
still
there,
that
right?
Dude, though, you tripping, bro.
So the quarterback got to be
Randy's
able to
that
get it to
dude.
Randy, right? Tyreek, you can give it to him behind the line of scrimmage, and he gonna get his too. Like your boy
Nah,
different,
you
bro.
tripping. Randy
He-
could too, bro.
yo, he's been
Randy
the-
could too. You bugging.
The game has been about but that's the thing. The game was about wide receivers out there. Now the game about the slot, the tight ends. That's why you got all these
I mean,
slot
bro,
guys.
I was gonna say, right, I bet you they never even threw a bubble screen to Randy Moss because they probably didn't have bubble screens.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
right.
what they do with Tyreek make him so explosive.
So
He can start from behind the line of
if
scrimmage.
if they ran a bubble screen to Randy Moss back in his Vikings days, he's taking that shit to the crib, bro, for sure. He's
All
6'4".
right, well, it was.
He's
it-
6'4" in the same speed as you feel me, like
Yes.
he's
He might have been faster than Tyreek. They're probably the same speed, I think. Yeah.
It's probably I don't know. He might be a little bit slower, but it's damn near the same shit. You feel me? Like Randy
Right.
Moss is crazy. Bro. You
Well,
tripping,
it was a good top. Let me move forward. Power rankings. You brought up earlier, Daryl. So you start, man. What's your top 5 power rankings?
So I got Niners number 1. Again, I feel like they separated themselves from the rest of the league. So I got them 1. 2, I still got the Eagles at 2. I mean, because even like take away the Niners, they still been even with their flaws, they still been winning. So in 10 wins, I still got them at 2.
Okay.
Ravens, I got them at 3.
Really keep it real,
Dolphins,
man.
I got Dolphins at 4.
Mhm.
And I got Cowboys at 5.
I like that.
Way to
Toby?
keep it real, Darren. Way to keep it real.
I got 49ers 1. I got Ravens 2. I got
Whoa.
Eagles 3.
I like that.
I got the Cowboys
you do.
4. And I still put the Chiefs at 5.
Jeff?
Yeah, me and Toby seeing eye to eye today. I got the Niners at 1,
Wow.
the Eagles at 2, the Ravens at 3, the Cowboys at 4, and the Chiefs at 5 because they better than the Dolphins.
You honestly eye to eye. So Toby had the Ravens there too. But all right.
Pay some respect in my
Oh,
team,
okay.
man.
I mean,
Alright.
because they still 10-1. They lost to the best team, so they got to switch spots right now.
Okay. Jordan,
Well,
what
that's
you got?
cool. That's no worries. Well,
I'm
you
waiting
know,
on this.
like
What
I
you
said,
got, Jordan?
I got the 49ers at number one. That ain't the first time you heard me say that this year. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
So don't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real.
Uh-huh.
So you got the Eagles at number two. You know what I'm saying? You do got the Baltimore Ravens at number three. The Dallas Cowboys are at number four. Now that fifth spot, it can go to a couple teams.
Mm-hmm.
You can give
Get the
it to
team,
Miami. You
bro.
can maybe give it to Kansas City. You get what I'm saying?
Pick one.
This is going to be kind of like a sleeper team that nobody is really talking about right now, but it's Detroit. I think they're going to get back on track, and I think they're going to be one of the teams that the Eagles going to have to strap up for. You know what I'm saying? If they see them in the playoffs, because they're still probably going to win that division. So I would pick the Lions before I might put the Chiefs. I think the Lions are a more complete team than the Kansas City Chiefs. The Lions are probably a more complete team than the Dolphins, even though the quarterback is giving me like Jared Goff, Tua. I'm gonna take Tua. You know what I mean? But
I'm all right.
pick
I'm
the
gonna go. I'm gonna go Niners and be quick. I'm gonna go Niners, Ravens, Eagles, Cowboys, and Dolphins. I was talking about all day. So that's my. Actually, I had Niners, Ravens, Eagles last week. I didn't change my top three. It just kind of like fell into place for me. So and then I'm gonna go. Like I said, Cowboys and Dolphins. Next
Well, at
time.
least you still respect my team, so I
Well, he
appreciate
put you
it.
in third. I mean, he been rooting with you. You don't know anything he don't.
Nah,
I was consistent. I said the same thing last week.
mean,
Yeah. You think I don't, man? I don't know why, man. But who you like this week, Jordan? Real quick. In the picks.
oh man, I didn't even get a chance.
All right, don't worry about it. Me
I
either.
was-
So I'm gonna just say Bills over Chiefs. Well, like something like that. So, but that's in the pickups too.
Wow, Bills over Chiefs.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Wow.
So, okay.
But you not like Josh Allen? Wow. All right, that's crazy.
Well, I mean, these are another two elite QBs going up against each other once again.
No, it's not. It's not. But I do think that
This was a pick.
they're coming off a bye though. All right, Jeff. I'm Jeff's up with the pickles, man. What you got?
Yeah, check it out. So, all right. What we doing?
Before we start,
on the
can
bottom line?
we
Can
recap?
we get those on the bottom line? What's up?
What happened?
Can we get the pick'ems on the bottom line?
Nah, somebody else said something. Not you. Who else? Someone else?
Who we picked? I forget who was the game last week.
I got you. That's what I'm ready to go to right now.
Okay.
Check it out. All right. So, last week, let's give it up. The rookie 4-0 last week. Daryl had the Niners, Lions, Texans, and the Falcons. Second place, it was a tie between me and Mike. Both was 3-1. Mike had the Niners, the Texans, the Lions, and the Jets. I don't know what
I was following Jordan.
Nah, Jordan ain't picked them.
Oh damn! I picked the Jets.
I'm lying. He picked them.
He did, right? Yeah, definitely.
I had the Niners, the Broncos, Lions, and the Falcons. And then Toby was 2-2. Broncos, Eagles, right? East PA, Lions and Falcons. And then Jordan, Lions, Eagles, Texans, the Dizzy Jazzy Jets.
All right, this week I'm gonna put your picks up.
You muted, Jordan.
I was 0-4.
Now you was 2-2, yeah. You had the Eagles, you had the Lions and the Texans, but the Eagles and the Jets. That green got you in trouble. All of it.
Nah, they started 10 fucking boys. That's what happened.
He's gonna be sucking.
Yes.
Anyway, there go the bottom line right there. Boom. We got our pickings for this week. We got the Chiefs, Bills, Colts, Bengals. You got the Colts, Bengals. Gardner Minshew been playing good. Browning had a good outing. Maybe he gained some confidence going forward using all his weapons. Then I got the Jags. Even with the backup quarterback, the Browns' backup quarterback situation is terrible. Joe Flacco,
That's a
I don't
tough
see him
pick.
doing any. It is a tough get, but I think they're gonna lean on Travers.
Those last
Real
two
big.
games are
ETN gonna have 100
backups.
plus, maybe 120 yards, all purpose, 2 touchdowns, because he's just that versatile. And Joe Flacco gonna give the Jags a lot of opportunities. And last but not least, we got the showdown, the NFC SmackDown, however you want to call it. And Gang Green, who just got
Who getting
picked
smacked
off
down?
the ground, and then them Cowboys, on their way to win the NFC East
Who
crown.
getting smacked down? What you mean they winning the NFC crown?
Yeah, they got the NFC crown, bro. What is it, Mike? 13
Tripping.
years since they've been back-to-back NFC East champs, something like that.
Bro, you took your segment. Bro, you took your segment too far, bro. No.
That's the truth. Like
No.
the NFC East
Not with that
champion has been different, like at least the last 7 years.
All right, well, Toby, you want to go first? Jeff,
Yeah, I'm just gonna wing it, man. I'm gonna go Cowboys because I mean, if they lose this game, they're cooked. I'm gonna go.
You going with the Cowboys?
Chiefs. Yeah, I'm going Cowboys. Jordan for the
That's one.
I'm going Cowboys. I'm going.
Toby back, baby. He back.
I'm not even sure. The Bills, Chiefs. That game is crazy for the Chiefs. Who's at home? Hold up.
Chiefs.
Maybe Kansas City. I don't know. You tell us.
Chiefs at home.
She's
Chiefs at home.
Yeah, they gonna win. See, they about to
Yeah,
get
they keep
rolling.
losing game, man. They got to bounce. They got to bounce back. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs. Colts and Bengals. I'm gonna go Bengals. I like what I seen from them. And Jags and Browns. I'm gonna go Browns.
Browns. Going Joe Flacco, home team hero.
Browns.
Flacky.
Haddonfield's finest. Go
Play
ahead,
with a little bro
Daryl.
time.
Let's see who you
Shout
got,
out
Daryl.
time.
What's up, bro?
I got Colts. I like how they've been playing. I think they're gonna sneak into that 8th spot. So I got them. I got the Jags. I like the defense and the rest of the weapons they got minus their number 1 QB. I got the Chiefs. I gotta see it to believe it with the Bills. And also same thing with this next game. I got the Eagles. I need to see it to believe it with the Cowboys. So yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you deny 8-3 in the last 10, but all right. I just don't understand it.
Who, Cowboys?
Yeah, it's not like he don't prove it against them. Come on, Jordan. What you got, bro? What you got, bro?
So I got the Eagles. You already know.
Yeah.
I got Kansas City. I like the Colts. And I like the Jaguars with that one.
I'll wait. Let's write that down.
Wait.
Mike, I know you picking the Eagles. You don't gotta say it.
They ain't gotta change.
And
You said you got the Colts,
I got that.
Jordan? You got the Colts?
Yeah.
All right, and the Jazz. Go ahead, Mike. Rock out.
In this, I will take the Cowboys, but in the thing, I will tease up the Eagles and give them like 9.5. That's a good pick right there. But in this,
Disrespectful
I will say the Cowboys.
9.5. That's so disrespectful.
What?
Yes, come on, give me the pickles first.
My fault. Bills, I'll take only because they desperate to me. So it's their last. Like they got to win this game. So I feel like they're gonna play desperate to win the game. Chiefs still not got to play desperate yet.
They home.
It don't matter. I like the Bills to play desperate and win the game. I think Diggs and Allen gonna ball out actually. This game. Not against me, but somebody there are gonna beat. I think this week. Oh, Toby, yeah. And then I like. I think the boy, all right, yo. What's the kid name? The quarterback for the Bengals. Yeah, Brownie. Yeah. Brownie. I like a little chocolate chip brownie over there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna roll with him and the Bengals. And that Browns game is tough, actually.
That's what I said. That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with who got the most weapons.
Yeah. Cleveland defense been falling off, honestly.
They gave up 36 to the Rams last week.
And I think Myles Garrett a little banged up. Like, he ain't even what he was, actually. Hoping that TJ could come back and take the DPOI from him, actually. But I think I'm going to go with...
Gambling dude, bro.
I'm going to go with the Jags.
Gambling dude, bro.
I am, bro. I love my future bets, man. My future winning game, bro. So.
All right, bet. So you already know I'm going Dallas. I'm going Kansas City. They at home. I don't see no reason why them not take it. They already pissed off probably about last week. Definitely going with the I'm going with that one. I'm going with the Colts, man. Gardner Minshew. I think Zach Moss gonna have a big day. They still got Pittman. They still got the receivers. Gardner Minshew always be having juice in December. And then last but not least, I'm gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars because I trust that Dougie P gonna be able to do it with this backup guy. They already got him warmed up, whoever it is from last game, and then they're gonna get a whole week to tease him on in. And by the end of this week, they're gonna go and beat up on the Browns. Because like Mike said, that shoulder injury for Myles Garrett is looking kind of funny. And we know Joe Flacco is good for no money.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right, fellas. Thank you guys for coming on. Been a hell of a show. My favorite show of the year so far. We'll be back next week, to follow up on these picks and these things. Jordan, we'll be back with some tissues for you next week, of course. But, so we'll be happy to have you back, baby. It's good to see you back. Good to see you. Daryl, love the insight. Jeff, thanks for the pick'ems. And for everybody watching, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one. Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
Deuces.
Peace.
Bye, guys.